Long time. We no regular. Never. Never. Them know our style, you know. Yeah. What? You know we can't team cause we wild, you know. Girls and Kyle, you know. Make them know this. Brother the Benz are the brother the rim. Tell a boy no red eye, me work hard for me things. Them know a regular we fly like say we have wings. When you have thick fat Kyle, then a brother the link. Yeah, we no really matter when nobody wants say. We no beg firm, me full of militants say. Your gala say she like me cause me clothes them trendy. Full of jewelry and we money plenty. The whole place a burn up. Yeah, anywhere we turn up. Money and girls off the surplus. Yeah, no boy can't hurt us. Dutch road we never nervous. Some boy a clown in a circus. Yeah, put them in a dirt fuss. Yeah, we a flip the gal them skirt fuss. Yeah, action pack we no storyteller. Style them different, no we no popular. Clips off the load when no roll with killer. If I no girls and money then a jokes we inner. Some boy a beginner, we are the winner. Roll with the spinner when me on for the dinner. Your gal get pick up when me roll up in a the beamer. Thick fat Kyle and liquor. The whole place a burn up. Yeah, anywhere we turn up. Money and girls off the surplus. No boy can't hurt us. Dutch road we never nervous. Some boy a clown in a circus. Yeah, put them in a dirt fuss. Yeah, we a flip the gal them skirt fuss. Brother the Benz are the brother the rim. Tell a boy no red eye, me work hard for me things. Them know a regular we fly like say we have wings. When you have thick fat Kyle, then a brother the link. Yeah, we no really matter when nobody wants say. We no beg firm, me full of militants say. Your gala say she like me cause me clothes them trendy. Full of jewelry and we money plenty. The whole place a burn up. Yeah, anywhere we turn up. Money and girls off the surplus. Yeah, no boy can't hurt us. Dutch road we never nervous. Some boy a clown in a circus. Yeah, put them in a dirt fuss. Yeah, we a flip the gal them skirt fuss.
Is this thing on?
This is why I have to look at the screen. I'm supposed to look at the camera, but I spend more time looking at the panel here. And Anil, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm up to game.
Which game?
The Yankees game.
The Yankees game? Can we even stream that? What?
Technically, no, it's a copyright.
You're not at the Yankees game. There's no way. You're at a cricket match. You're Indian. You're from Trinidad. You watch American baseball, bro?
We're giving out Hamilton hats this evening, part of a promotion. So it wasn't really about the game; it was about getting a hat.
What type of hat?
It was marking the 10 years anniversary of the musical play Hamilton on Broadway. So you get a hat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. Let us see the game. Let us watch a couple instances of the game while I eat my cat. I'm so glad I brought snacks.
He's going to
I mean,
fucking jail.
from a legal aspect, I don't recommend it. You know.
Yeah, please don't.
Even for like a little bit?
Yeah, he's going to jail.
We don't
He's
need-
going to jail.
There it is.
Nice. All right, that was a quick snap. It's over now.
Over. Oh, geez, just went over the copyright.
What
Unbelievable.
you eating there, man? What you got there?
Got a carrot cake from Flour. I've been eating this carrot cake now for almost 25 years, I think. I was their first customer at the South End store, and I've been shopping with them since. They did change the recipe 10 years into their existence, and then they went back to somewhat the original recipe. Well, it's amazing. Sherwin, what says you?
Finally recovering from a long, eventful week. Only gearing up to do something similar this week again. Playing with 450 on Thursday.
Wow.
Oh, and at Tropics.
Well, it's not going to be at Tropics. It's going to be at the West
Oh,
Coast
gotcha.
Club outside. So we out there. We got out to the. I stole my elevated section idea from Connecticut. And I'm
Yo,
also going to
look
take
how
credit for having the first elevated section in Boston, unless someone corrects me.
the computer melted my carrot cake. It melted the frosting.
Is it,
Shit looks like
is it cream
Yeah.
cheese icing or is it like some buttercream?
Nah, this is the best. The only person that could make a carrot cake better than this is probably my ex.
It's nice you still give your ex credit for
But I would
things.
never eat a carrot cake from her. She would poison me.
What did you do?
I don't know.
So
All right.
Bobby, where was you at all weekend, man? Another weekend went by. I ain't seen you.
So here's the thing. I wake up Saturday. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna touch the road. I haven't done it in 5 years. My mom is like, I can't walk up the steps to bring the groceries into the house. So I told my mom, do me a favor, knock out the windows. Carnival fucking Saturday. Knock out the window and we could throw the groceries through the window into the house. And then on Sunday, we could figure out the window. She goes, no, you need to come over here and rebuild the steps. So I was rebuilding steps Saturday. And I wanted to make it a carnival because I was calling everybody for a cement mixer. I called FC. I called everyone. And nobody answered me back because I guess everybody's at Carnival. So I had to mix. So there was no way I was going to be able to make it to Carnival. We had to mix 5 bags of cement. And the problem is when you redo a steps, where the hell are you going to put all the rocks and debris? So then now I have to call around all my boys to see who's building a foundation. So I called Jay Cool up like, yo, Jay Cool, are you doing a foundation? He's like, yeah, I'm doing a foundation. I'm like, yo, I got to come over and drop off all this broken cement into the hole that you could just throw gravel on top. So I was driving around looking for foundations.
I
So that
take
was,
it. I take you didn't find him.
no, I found him.
Oh,
I found him, dumped all of my debris into his foundation hole. So that was my weekend. How was your weekend?
it was all right, man. I stayed home Friday, Saturday. No Juve, no Carnival.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go out. 10 o'clock. I was setting up the hookah station for Shower Man's event that started at 6. I like to set up early, so I was there from 10 to 1. Went home, took a nap, and I was back outside from 6 o'clock to freaking 5 in the morning.
Look at
Fuck
real
it.
time. Real time is scratching his head. Real time, you look like a dude that has about 1 million pictures to edit, and you haven't edited fucking one yet.
Now I edit one party already.
Wait a second. Hold on. What is? What? Hold on a second. What happened here?
I edit one
Carrot
party
cake.
already.
Carrot cake. I see. Shakes is east. I have a perfect drink to chase down with. I'm about to pull up. What?
Must be nice.
She's about to pull up. What is she about to pull up with?
This your ex?
No. So that's Ishla Life. She's the one. She's the one that taught me photography.
Nice.
Like, this was like You know, Anil, we used to use the point and shoot cameras.
Yeah.
We just use a point and shoot. And one day she contacted me, was like, "Yo, you need a real photographer." I'm all like, "Real photographer? Like, no, we're just fucking it's a reggae website. We just, you know what I'm saying? We don't do photography. We push the culture." And then she said, "I'm a photographer. I'm in photography school. I like to come on board and help you." So I said, "Whatever." So we met at Audubon Payne, right? Audubon Payne, no longer in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, she was she was fly. And I'm like, "Yeah, you can teach me photography." So for the first like 3 years of us, she was shooting all of our stuff in film, like Nas in film, yo, the Elephant Man pictures in film. It was crazy. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened while we broke up. Maybe I got a white girlfriend. That's what pissed her off. But she said she's gonna pull up. So I don't know what she's gonna pull up with. Real time. What says you, man? How was your weekend? Before we get into Carnival, I brought some brass knuckles for 'cause I know Sherwin, you need these. Cause I don't know what you're about to say about Carnival. By the way, these are illegal in Massachusetts.
Yep.
But real time, tell us about your weekend, and then we're gonna go into the bullshit from Sherwin, because I know he's gonna piss somebody off.
What? My weekend? It was festive, but tiring. It was fun. It was fun though. It was fun, but I worked my ass off the whole from Friday right back to yesterday, man.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Where was
Strike
you?
see more than time through the crowd like at Scoop's thing barely can get by.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Man,
Yeah,
that was
Scoops.
crazy, man.
Scoops Cooler Fete yesterday. Madness. Fucking madness.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that was yeah, that was something to talk about, man.
Party of the summer for me.
Really? Let's talk about it. Talk about it. I wasn't there.
So that was Sunday. We didn't get to Sunday.
Oh, we didn't get to
Let's
Sunday.
do the Friday, Saturday.
All right, let's do Friday. What do
So,
we do Friday here,
We
boys?
gotta,
How
we
was
gotta
Friday?
start Thursday. We gotta start on Thursday.
All right, let's start
Friday
Thursday.
was
Go
Thursday,
ahead.
a strike.
So
And
Thursday,
Hold on, real
was,
time.
go ahead.
there was two events. Obviously, I did one, which was a $1 wine at Unity. For the first, I think, what did I do? Like the first 100 for $1, and then anybody who for 11 o'clock was $1. Just knowing that people were going to be out all weekend and spending all their money, just wanted to give them a place to kind of go. That was affordable, right? And then I think that same night, Sour and Lime had I forgot what's Fuji and Warlock's thing. I think it's like Soka Chambers or something like that. So they had that.
Yeah.
So from then we roll into Friday, and I think were you on strike, Jason?
Real time. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a strike boat ride. That was a
I was at strike.
afternoon boat ride.
I was at Problem Child. Yeah, that's how my Friday went. Strike in the morning, Problem Child in the night.
And Problem Child was at Sorrel and Lime.
Starting like, yeah.
So I talked to Bones, who does strike. I believe either this year or next year. No, next year will be his 10th year of doing strike, which is pretty impressive.
That's good.
That kind of came pretty. This means I'm kind of getting old, but I think that in terms of parties, that was one of those creative ideas that he kind of ran with. He just basically got people to call out of work on a Friday before Carnival and go to his party and said he just called it strike. You know, we're not going to work. We're going to strike.
So,
Pretty
so
ingenious.
this party was Friday during the day?
Yeah,
In the morning.
Yeah.
What day?
Friday.
Wow, how was that?
It was
Sold out.
dope, bro. It was dope.
Really? You got any pictures from
Sold
that?
out.
I do. Let me send you a few.
Yeah, send me a few to the WhatsApp. This guy's actually at a Yankees game. This is fucking crazy. What happened? What's the score, Neil?
Thankfully, they didn't kick us out yet, and the Nationals hit a grand slam, so it's 10-5 with 1 out left for the Nationals. So we shall see.
All right, so let me mute you again so we don't get tagged. All right, real time's got some stuff coming in here. The first set is what real time?
That's strike.
Okay. So why can I? Okay.
You have this problem every week, man.
Every fucking week. All right, here we go. And where was Strike at?
Starland Line. No, I mean at 60 Rose Wharf.
Oh, it was a boat
On the
ride.
boat,
Boat
on the
ride,
boat.
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Let me see here. Here we go. So this is Strike.
You know who that is?
Who's this? Who this is?
You know who that is?
Oh, that's my baby.
Hey,
That's my baby.
hey. Careful.
I know, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to get boxed up the next time I go out. Yo, you know what I was thinking?
What?
Now that I have all the photographers on, let me see. Anil, can you hear me? Thumbs up. All right. We just got you muted because of the Yankees in the background. Now that's dedication. Man sitting in the nosebleeds, still streaming. Trickstar's been telling me this for months, and I think I'm going to bring back Girl of the Week. But what I want Girl of the Week to be is to be a photography competition between the photographers on the show. And the photographers on the show will pick the Girl of the Week, and we put that on Shakes' Live. What do y'all think?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
So what we'll do is, and then that way now, so because no other photographers submitted anything, or you have more shows real time?
I got plenty.
All right, so give me the next folder.
Oh
Go
no,
back to this
those
folder.
are not even started yet.
Oh, no, gee, real time. What you waiting on?
He ain't released those yet.
Hello, sir. I
All
do
right,
have
so
a 9 to 5, you know.
Oh, you gotta quit that job. You gotta quit it. So what we're gonna do, what we'll do now is, and it's probably biased, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for it, but I would have to say this week's Girl of the Week is Shan Shan. Courtesy of
Real time. Yeah.
So I'll put this on the website. Girl of the Week goes to Real Time. And all of us, even Sherwin, even you, if you're at Sarl and Lime and you see a dope woman, take a picture, submit it, and we do a Girl of the Week contest every Monday. Hopefully all the photographers will participate, including myself.
You mean if Sherwin's at Unity?
Yeah, what did I say?
Sorry.
I mean,
Oh shit, sorry. So Sherwin.
I'm sorry online, man.
So Sherwin, let me ask you a question. Where's your mother and father from?
Both my parents were born in Trinidad.
Okay, both your parents are born in Trinidad. Okay. So unlike me, where both my parents was born in Jamaica, and I would assume the same for you, right? Real time.
What?
Where's your parents from?
Jamaica.
Both of them? Okay, so your mic is mute. My mic is mute. Trickstar, where are your parents from?
My father's Jamaican. My mother's American and Trinidadian.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so only Trickstar and Sherwin's allowed to talk, and Anil can't talk, even though he's from Trinidad, but I don't know. How was Boston Carnival this week? And because I am not from Trinidad, I can't have an opinion. How was Juve and how was Carnival this year compared to the last years? Because we know we've had a lot of fight and we want to be completely respectful. I'd just like to send a shout out to my friend Kenya I've known Kenya since 1983. I do remember when Ironside ran Carnival for a couple of years. Ironside is, you know who Ironside is. Invented Badman Police in Jamaica. He ran Boston Carnival for a couple of times, and just working with his son, Genius, I knew that how much pressure it takes to throw on a carnival. So I've been on the party side and watching the planning side. So I just want to send a shout out to Chillinford. I want to send a shout out to Kenya. Everybody's on the carnival committee. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all doing y'all thing. Now, from 1 to 10, how was Carnival? I want to know how was Juve and how was Carnival compared to the last year.
I wasn't there, so I can't comment or speculate. So it's all on you, Sherwin. All on you.
No. You're half Jamaican. You're not allowed to talk about Carnival.
Exactly. So I'm gonna just.
Go ahead, Sherwin. Tell us. You got to give us our honest opinion.
All right. So because I worked Friday night, I did not make it to Juve because I planned to
Can
go
we
to
get a boo noise for that? That's strike one of being you're from Trinidad.
Yeah.
No. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here, Sherwin?
I didn't make it to Juve. I had to go to Carnival, and then right after Carnival, I had the after party to Carnival. And the boy's getting a little bit older, so I didn't know if I can make it all the way through.
So that's false. Hold on a second, but that's false advertisement because the term lime doesn't mean what you squeeze on raw fish. It means the party all night, right? Is that what lime mean?
No, liming is actually. That's actually funny you mentioned that. Liming is more just like a hanging out.
Okay.
Right. I probably should actually change the name of Friday Night Lime because it's no longer a lime. Friday Night Lime, quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the smaller side. It's supposed to be, a weekly thing. People could come grab some food, listen to some music.
Right.
It just grew so crazy because obviously the market needed it. So it's really not a lime. It's more or less what we would call a fest. But we'll go into that later. Juve. Without getting to the historical context of Juve.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Shakes, Afrido just pulled up to the stream. I'm outside with a drink and a surprise gift for you, Shakes. Afrido's an African and Caribbean inspired drink infused with Jamaica's finest rum. It's smooth, rich, and creamy, dairy free.
Common allergy. What? Oh, that's not this.
Common allergen free and perfect for any occasion. The perfect chaser for that bomb carrot cake. I left it on your back door. Hold on. Let me go and get this drink. I'll be right back. I hope my dick doesn't fall out. I'm in my underwear doing this show. Give me a minute.
Yeah, the game's over. The Yankees won 10-5.
You said 10-5?
Yeah, they got like 5 runs. The Nationals got 5 runs in the ninth inning.
Okay. Goddamn Yankees.
Well, they're very close. I mean, hopefully they make the postseason. But they got like 30 games remaining, so time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't fall apart in the last, few weeks of the season, they have a good chance. I don't want to they come again next year, but it's a lot of effort.
Wow. Oh, wow. Fuck we got going on here? Go ahead, Sherwin. Just
Did she?
opening this pack.
Was that actually real? She actually put up.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
Hey, you got some merch?
I got some merch.
Okay.
What the? Nah,
Um,
this is real. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sherwin. Sorry to cut you. Go ahead.
in terms of Juve, again, I had a show that night. I had an artist who also pranked some friends, and I had to deal with that stuff. But my little brother Kev Trini, he was there. He reported back to me. He's actually a real Trinidadian. And from the numbers in the videos, a ton of people, right?
Really?
A ton. It probably looked like, and I don't have the exact numbers. I'll get them later this week from the committee, Carnival committee, but it looked like one of the larger Juves we've had in quite some time. In terms of just numbers.
Really?
In terms of numbers, it looked huge. We had a band from New York come up, a Juve band ran by Freeze out of New York that has called SSS. It started, I believe, in Miami. Well, Miami. It's called SSS. So he bring that version of it up to on the road, SSS Blood. You had SSS Blood, and then you had the Get Ducky crew, right? Get Ducky, I don't want to say they're kids because they're not kids. These are actually grown men, but they're younger men. I would say between the ages of, I don't know, 18 to like 27. So they basically have that whole crew of people, right? They look like they had the biggest truck and the most people behind it. People partied and had a good time. There is conversation for purists like us that you may hear some people saying that's not actually Juve. It was more or less a street party, if you will, because of the lack of things like costumes, such and such, and just a lot of different things that have come around, right? Because Juve essentially is like an earlier form of Carnival. So there are costumes associated with Juve. There are traditional classic costumes that usually come along with it, right? So you had, bands like Jab Jab that are kind of like the devil. What Jab means devil in French, right? So it went
Okay.
Diablo, and because obviously we're African, right? It went from Diablo to Diab to Diable to Diab to Jab, right? So we say Jab, but really that was the Africans trying to say Diablo, right? And getting the practices. So that's what Jab is, right? So those different types of costumes, so what, right? So shout out to them. Shout out to all the bands that came out. When I know Winnie had a band, stuff like that. The numbers are there. I think that as we continue to grow, we can start adding some more authenticity, if you will, to it. At the end of the day, Juve is really fun.
Right.
Right? So people are coming out for fun. It's free. You don't really have to buy a costume. You throw some paint, such and such. It's kind of like, anybody can come out, right? So if especially if you're younger, you're gonna take that chance to go out, lots of girls and such. Cool. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that old dude that starts to like, well, you guys aren't doing it right. You know what I mean? Maybe they're not, but shout out to them for at least that. In terms of Carnival, this is what I really wanted, and I think this builds on the conversation that we were having before, right? There's this notion about Boston Carnival failing because there's no costume. I think there was actually two costume bands. The only people are giving credit to was Nelly V, small band, MV Mask, which I helped sponsor. 65 people, either 60 or 55 people that included costumes, and some of what we call t-shirt band stuff, right? Like, you know, like Camo Band is a t-shirt band, right? It's not really a costume, but whatever, or Zouave. Before we had this conversation, I don't know if you remember, we went over basically the finance of what it costs
Yes.
to go like a truck, right?
Mhm.
You know, a truck of a decent size is 30 to 60 grand.
Mhm.
Right? Just start right there. $100 costumes do you have to sell in order to just pay for the truck itself? Never mind anything else.
A shit ton.
You get what I'm saying? Because obviously the $500 costume isn't all profit either, right? So you know what I mean. So you get into that, and I do want to give some credit because I said we're gonna have to find smarter ways to do this systematically to make it profitable, right? There's no carnival band because it's not profitable, and this is I really hate the naysayers, and I don't want to go. You guys know who I'm talking about. Who make this a Boston thing? If you're really a carnival person, like I am,
Whoa. Be careful with the semantics. Just say if you're a
if
carnival
you're really,
fan.
if you're really a soaker, if you're really a carnival, like my parents, my mother specifically ran a mass camp out of my house for over 20 years. I've seen it, and them staying up for jewels on boots, and back when we had standards like the flags and backpacks, and like I've watched that. I've played King Mass, all the big. I know that type of stuff is like all across the country. Maybe Miami is probably the only place in the country where are suffering financially, right? All the the thousands out of New York, which everybody, we need to left New York. It's not financially feasible in order to continue doing it. And if you look, New York looks like Boston. It looks like just a large. You get the Haitian truck, 100 Haitians behind the truck, the Haitian flags associated. There's music, just a bunch of people having fun. Dope.
Let me ask you a question. It's 1,500 person if you report somebody to ICE.
I don't know nothing about that. Big up my soul.
Yo,
But if you look at most of the bands, right? Like, you know, that's not what it is, right? So you'll hear some people, and I think they're right. When Carnival starts to look more like a street party than actual Carnival, and then to a lot of people's defense, the way that they were introduced to Carnival, they weren't really explained what it kind of is. So people are coming out to have fun, which we give the thumbs up, right? So back to the second mass band.
Hold on 1 second. We just want to shout out Fireblinds for coming in on a check-in. We just want to send a shout out to Reginald Taylor. Isha loves the conversation. Sorry, go ahead. I just want to shout everybody out in the chat. And she wants me to take a sip of this, so I got to get dressed.
The financials, right? And I talked about it before. Like I talked about how expensive like feathers are on mass. I said there's gonna have to take somebody who's creative to find an alternative way of doing this that makes it financially feasible to move forward, right? And I think if you're on the road, the second band that was on the road was the Cloudins, right? The Cloudins have a carnival band. It was a small band, mostly some older folks and some younger kids. I would say between the ages of like 15 to like 19, right? Which we said upper kitty. And instead of having one big truck, if anybody noticed, they had a minivan. It was, you know, the minivans the Dominicans have, and it was one of the Dominican. I shouted them out with a huge system behind it, playing music for their band, and the band only had about maybe let's say 50 people.
Ah.
That was genius, right? So like when I talk about systematic change, smaller bands under 100 people shouldn't have a truck. It's not financially feasible. But what you can do is find one of our Dominican brothers and sisters. Like I don't know how much it costs, but I'm pretty sure one of them would have been very happy to take $1,000 just to drive their car up the road for a couple of hours and play music out of the car that they already have. Maybe it costs $2,000. You're probably going to cut your cost by 1,000%, 2,000, 5,000%. So when I'm talking about, okay, well, how would we make this feasible? There has to be new creative ideas, and I believe, and I could be wrong, that's the first time I've ever seen that, at least at Boston Carnival, on the road, right? Like I had to tap up, dude. I said, thank you, right? So instead of this, Dominican Caribbean war that we're going on, as the Dominican
Hold on one second. Before you go, hold on. Let me take a sip of this Afrado. Let me see here.
it looks like moonshine.
Yo.
Yo, this is crazy.
So
This is fucking crazy. No, Trick, this is fucking crazy. This is crazy.
I think that from the outside looking, I don't know what else they did or did not do, but they probably were one of the most profitable carnival bands just because of that one change. I don't know, last 10 years, because I'm pretty sure all the rest of them have lost buku bucks. Right? We had a couple of younger guys do carnival bands, well, trucks, and for the first time this year. I know what those trucks cost. I know what those T-shirt packages cost. Shout out to my little brothers for taking that investment and doing that. I know it hurt their pockets. Nobody has to tell me. I can just look at it and see it. The numbers just run in my head, right? But again, when we make this thing about Boston Carnival doesn't have any, this is coming from people who haven't been to Labor Day on the road. You think Labor Day on the road looks like in 2025 what it looked like in 1995? These same conversations are happening in New York, and they don't have the same carnival committee. Just to let you know that our problems are much larger than our carnival committee. They're actually not even directly associated. Right?
So,
all of our
so
kids go out to Atlanta to party for Atlanta Carnival. How many huge carnival bands did you see in Atlanta Carnival? Is there a carnival band in Atlanta with, I don't know, 200 people in it? If so, I didn't see it.
So I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a pig tonight. I can't even fit in my shirt. I like the shirt. My cousin just come back from Jamaica with some spice bun. Yo, this drink is crazy. Afrado. Yo, it
But
Jamaican rum cream?
let's go back to the carnival discussion. It's important. Mayor Adams is throwing a lot of money into Carnival, as well as all the city committees. The Sesame Flyers here in New York are throwing a lot of money into Carnival. So I'm thinking this year might be, and since we're trying to get Eric Adams reelected, it might be one of the biggest carnivals yet coming this coming Monday, the 1st of September.
Right.
Yeah, but again, I mean, to me, I shouldn't talk. I shouldn't talk because I spent a lot of money on this stream. We ain't making dog shit. But the $40,000 to $60,000 every single year to go up and down the street for 10 minutes, it doesn't seem like.
It's not.
Why would you do that?
It's not.
Why would you do that?
And even in situations like what's going to happen this year in New York, according to my brother, if you're relying on charity in order for your band, in order to be successful or profitable, then it's a failure, right? Like the carnival bands to be self-sufficient, and any donations that come on top of it should be extra. It's like running a business. If your business is
Right.
only running off of grants, what happens when the grant goes away? Right? And we've seen that with Carnival. We used to have huge sponsors, sponsors like Guinness and Corona and Heineken, those things that have kind of gone away. And I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So now, when our culture shouldn't only be able to survive because we're getting those huge donations from from certain people. What happens if the city just doesn't have the budget in that year? It can't go away, right? And what our bands need to do is they need to look towards the Mecca, right? They need to go call a Carnival band, a leader, and sit down and talk to them about the financial. Well, how is this thing working? Why is it that you're able in Trinidad and Tobago and we're losing 100,000 in a year here? Is it the pricing? How are you dealing with chargebacks? Right? How are you selling your ticket? How are you marketing it? When are band launches happening? How are you getting the sponsorship for the liquor that you're giving? These are the questions. These are the things systematically that needs to happen. Or ourselves, we need to find creative ways, like that minivan with that sound system that is going to cut the cost. So they didn't have to spend 10 to 12,000 on a small truck. They probably could have just gave this guy $2,000, and I'm sure he'd have been extremely happy with that. That probably paid for a bunch of his systems that he wouldn't have gotten nowhere else. He's on the road.
Here's also the problem too, and this drink is amazing. She just texted me. She makes a version trick. You where I'm a
You twisted, man.
the alcohol too is also a thing where kids are not consuming as much anymore, right? Like when we were growing up, we were just drinking alcohol.
Yep.
Now, alcohol consumption has been replaced with weed and pills and fentanyl consumption. Like, let's have a real conversation. Our kids are smoking fentanyl more than they're drinking alcohol. So
No, that's
even
looking
though,
more K2 than weed. That's looking more K2 than marijuana
yeah,
in these
so
days. And it's disgusting. It really is.
so even to look for a liquor sponsor is going to be hard because they're feeling the punch, the crunch of people not drinking anymore. Like only old people drink, and if people
I
are going
think
to drink,
tariffs
Hold
have a
that
lot
thought.
to do with it as well. Because look out, if you go to Canada, none of the American beers are coming through. None of it. And they're like losing $1 billion on this industry. Beer drinking has gone down the tubes. What people are still drinking at the most, at the least, is really still tequila.
there we
If
go.
you look at
Right.
So there it is. So where do you? So I'm asking you guys now because you're from Trinidad. Where do you find the money for the sponsorship? If listen, the economy is shit. We know that. I mean, the stock market is good. The stock market does not represent the economy. They're two different things. Liquor sales is down across the board. Cigarette sales is down across the board. Where the hell? Where are they gonna find the money?
Well,
Where
see,
are they
the
gonna
problem
find the
isn't
money for Carnival?
so the problem isn't just finding the money. It's because you'll get donations, right? So everybody who donates, even people who do it out of the good of their own heart, are looking for a return on their investment. It just may look different, right? So if I am some liquor company, right, some tequila company, and I give you $100,000, it's only so long I'm going to keep giving you $100,000 if I feel like I'm not getting my return on my investment, right? So we have to find out a way. I don't know. Maybe it's every through Friday Night Lime has a tequila symbol on the bottom left. So they're like, okay, well, my $100,000 is it may come back to me, right? Or even when somebody just your local lawyer or something like gives you $1,000 to purchase 2 costumes. Did you send them pictures of the kid that got the costumes? You know what I mean? Are they? You know what I mean? Like how you do like when you just donate to like charities to like unfortunate children in different places and stuff, and they'll send you a postcard. Your $20 did this. right? So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's looking on it for a return on investment. We've gotten big sponsorships. They have left because we expected them just to give us without a return on investment. You should have seen that coming. We should have seen that coming. You get what I mean? Because it's only so long, right? And then on top of it too, we have enough people, right? Paying about the costumes, right? Who came and said, "Yo, this is embarrassing. We don't have any costumes." This same cousin has 4 children. None of his 4 children played math. Why? If you cared so much about costumes being on the road, never mind donating to somebody else. You're not willing to invest for your child,
Mm-hmm.
right? How does that make sense? How does it make sense if the people complain that there's no costumes on the road are the same people for 10 to 20 years who came on the road and played in t-shirt bands like Camo, t-shirt bands like Mud. When we had Soka and Associates, when we had TNT,
Right.
when we had Unity, when we had those people playing that had costumes, you did not take your money and buy a costume. You went in a t-shirt band. No disrespect to the t-shirt band. But you can't claim to care so much about the costume, but you didn't support them. You didn't put you didn't put your money where your mouth is. It's just a whole bunch of people with quote unquote ideas. And the ideas that most of these people think that they think are groundbreaking are actually stupid. You think that the community has heard all the same
Whoa,
that
whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy with the language. First of all,
it really gets me upset
here's my
because everybody thinks that when people come to you, and I deal with this all the time at Unity, they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? If you just knock down this wall, or if you take down this wooden panel, or if you did," I was just like, lady, sir, you don't think I see this 100 times more than you? You think I don't know the sore spots? You think you're the first person to say,
right.
why don't you replace the wooden paddle? You idiot.
Shit. Give me $1,000 towards it, and then we could talk.
So, okay. For us, no, but for the Carnival committee, yes. I don't want to hear your ideas anymore. In fact, anybody that has not donated at least $100 to either a band, for your niece, for your nephew, for your child to play math, for somebody else, shut up.
Wow.
You really, like, if you're not putting your money, just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your place.
So I
It
mean,
doesn't really make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
Can you
that rum in
imagine,
this drink is kicking in. Ooh,
Bobby, can you
a little
imagine
sweaty over here.
somebody trying to tell you how to run a multi-million-dollar business or organization who can't get Capital One credit card in their name?
Jesus. All right, hold on a second here. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna take. Hold on a second, Sherwood. You're getting out of control here. We're gonna take a Frado break here. An amazing African drink, good to sip over ice. We're taking it easy here. You know what?
Just think how
Listen,
fucking ridiculous that is.
he's right. He's right. Like if you're gonna do this band thing, you got to get your money right, and you have to run it like a business. And
A profitable business.
Can I say this? Can I say this? And I hope this doesn't offend anyone. I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Let's say Shakes is Live wants to do a band next year, right?
Yeah.
And we raise the money and we throw a band in. I don't think the Carnival committee would have a problem with that, right?
Of course not.
So basically, we have people looking for handouts. And that's just the Appleton Estate rum talking here. And the nutmeg and the cinnamon. And Sean, we had this conversation before.
You have uneducated.
How do you make it profitable? Here's the whole thing, and I think the problem is with New York Carnival, Miami Carnival, Atlanta Carnival, and I don't think this is the problem. And probably the all the carnivals besides Mardi Gras in New Orleans, whatever happens in Brazil and Trinidad and Jamaica. So if I'm not lying, I think Trinidad grossed over $649 million, almost made $1 billion. Jamaica was a squeak behind that this year in Carnival. The Carnival made $600 million. I think you can't do Carnival in foreign because the institution doesn't run it, right? So when Jamaica says they made 600 million, the infrastructure made 600 million. The hotels, the restaurants, everything that comes in, right? Almost $1 billion.
Yep.
We don't own the infrastructure in Boston for us to get money to get handouts, right? Because if the only way we could get handouts to do Carnival is if we take Carnival and give it to the city of Boston and have the city of Boston in complete control of it, and then the revenue that comes in, they could kick that back as a grant to the bands. Is that making sense?
It does. It's one way to look at it, but when you look at the carnivals in the community, in the Caribbean, I mean, they're all run by the same people. It's the same bands from Trinidad and other places, just all the different islands and running the bands there because they have a system in place. They know where their numbers are. They know where their profit numbers. They know how many people they need in a band in order for it to be successful. And they're just running it all over the place. And the same thing with Miami. Miami is close enough to the Caribbean. Those flights are cheap. The shipping is cheap. All the rest of it. So Miami enjoys a geographic advantage that we don't have. Right? It's essentially on the tip of the Caribbean. Like it's right there. Right? It's much easier to get an artist to fly from Trinidad to Miami for a $150 round trip flight than to bring them up to Boston for an $850 round trip flight. You get what I'm saying? So like everything is 2 to 5x more, just geographically. And never mind the weather, even though we have it in the summer, never mind the weather. You know what I mean? So again,
so how do you make this fucking thing profitable, bro?
Well, first
I feel like
I feel like when the numbers, there is a minimum number that you need to have in a band in order for it to be successful, and it's more than 100. Right? So if you have under 100 people, you lost.
But it's not that.
But wouldn't you say like the band that had, you know, the minivan?
Yes.
They worked it out in their means. They made it work for them in their means. So that would be a step closer to making your band profitable.
Very, very simple. Some people may look at it and be like, oh, there's no truck or whatever. But in Genius, I walked down the street and I said, oh my God, this is genius. Like I dapped the dude up driving. I said, thank you for this. I don't know who came up with the idea, I don't know if it was the Carnival band itself. I don't know if it was the committee. I don't know if it was the guy driving it and say, hey, I don't know where it came from, but it was the first time I've seen it. I don't know if they saw it in New York. I don't know if they saw it in Miami. I don't know where it came from, but ingenious.
Yeah, that kind of gives.
Cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cut out the truck costs, and you're playing music off your speakers through someone's iPhone. You probably just have a pre-made mix. Is it as good as a DJ? No, but is it better than losing $30,000? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have the most amazing costumes ever? No, but did they actually have real Carnival costumes? Yes.
Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, this is not even a management thing anymore. This has become a business thing. Like, how do you make this shit into a business? So, how does Trinidad Carnival, and it's institution, right? So how?
First thing is band launchings. And I had this conversation a little bit before online, right? And a bunch of people started crying about, different things, right? And they were like, oh, we can't do it because of this, and that. And I just stopped talking because I'm just not even going to argue with idiots. Right? So band launchings. Do you know what a band launch is, Bobby?
Right. Okay. Explain the band launches for those that don't know. Like the Jamaicans watching it.
Right.
That was a band launch.
Well, a band launch essentially is where you showcase your costume to people in order to market them early enough for them to buy it. Okay?
Okay.
Carnival costumes, especially the ones that people want today, are a significant investment. Right? The pretty ones the girls want, if you got a $500 one, you're lucky. Anywhere from $500 up to $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's not something you can spring on people, even some of the best of us, 20 days before, 14 days before.
That's $100 a month. That's like $200 a month.
That's credit Klarna, whatever they call it, right? Like
my man said credit karma. That's crazy.
That's a payment link.
My man said credit karma.
Right. So if you're looking for somebody to buy, and we know what the numbers are, most people don't have $1,000 in their bank account.
No.
So if you're looking to sell 300 costumes to the majority of people who don't have that money to just give, even if you just ask me tomorrow, yeah, can I get $1,500 for that? I'm gonna be like, $1,500, right? Like, even if I got it, I'm like, damn, that's a lot to just hear.
You gotta give people enough time to gather that.
Yeah. Carnival, I like to call Carnival sometimes the Caribbean prom. Why do I call that? Carnival is the day. If you're a Caribbean woman, you shouldn't look more beautiful anytime except for maybe your wedding than Carnival.
Whoa! That's. Hold on a second.
Right?
Ryan, hold on a second. Ryan Morgan said, "Y'all got him started. Don't stop now." Ryan Morgan, thank you so much for coming to the chat. We also got Kevin Lewis. You know what? You're right. Like
that's what women are paying for. They're paying to look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The same way women will spend money to go on a vacation to take that one good picture on the beach, or in that glass canoe, or on a rooftop. Mm-hmm. They're looking for that moment. Every woman imagines themselves in that costume, and in their head, they can't look any more beautiful than that day. The gems, the feathers, they're supposed to look like fucking goddesses. Mm-hmm. Right? What else do you need? You also need time for that, because why? If I know that I'm about to put this super cute, sexy outfit on, what am I doing for 6 months before? When me and my brother were going to Trinidad and we knew it was in February, you know what we were doing since, the March before? We was our personalized fitness on the treadmill, running, bench pressing, squatting, so we didn't look like shit when it came to February and Carnival, when we had to get on the road and take our shirts off. You think women aren't doing the same thing? So how can you not give them at least 3 months to go and be the best that they can be physically, financially put it aside? So your costumes have to come out at least 3 months before, minimum. I would say 6 months. So that's February. Oh, it's cold in February. So what? Band launchings, and especially the way band launches happen today, if you've ever been to Trinidad, which most of these people who have said all this bullshit have never been, then they should shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
Band launchings essentially are parties. They're large parties. They have artists. They have the top DJs. And they'll have costumes. So you're going to have Kareem and Kulak and all the big soca DJs and all the rest of that stuff. They're going to be at your band launch because it's a big fucking fet, right? And you're going to have a big artist there. You're going to have fucking Problem Child. You're going to have GBM Neutron at your band launches. Because not only are you going to be selling your costumes there, you're making money from the door as a party. That's another source of revenue that goes into it. You're giving the people who are going to play in your band another experience. But all these people, that never comes up because they're idiots and they've never been there. They've never crossed it. That's when I say, if you've never crossed the stage in the savannah, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. How can you be from a block you've never been to? Does that make any sense?
Hold on 1 second here. Notorious VOG. No big small artists are flying to Miami on Spirit Airlines. Well, we could probably agree to that.
No.
VOG, welcome to the chat. We have the Firebird. Welcome to the chat. And then we also have VOG again. That's all BS. They're close to Miami. They want first class and some. No such thing as geographical. Your guests are close. Well, I mean.
So Bobby here, right? This is again what I'm talking about. I don't even know who that is, right? But how are you going to tell the person that has booked the most soca artists in New England in the last 3 years what the fuck they're asking for? How are you telling me that?
Right.
How are you going to tell me what they're asking for?
Phoenix said Sherwood, chill out, calm down, take it easy.
Right? And this is what I'm talking about, right? How are you going to tell me what artists are asking for, especially soca artists? Let's just be honest. And we've had this conversation before, right? Trick. Soca's not dance hall. What they're asking for booking fees, what they're asking for in flights and all the rest, that's not happening. Sorry.
Right. They're not asking for 20,000 for one song.
Sorry, I have not booked. Actually, never mind that. I have not been asked by one soca artist that I've booked so far, or their management, for a first class seat.
Right.
But you know who did ask for a first class seat? Intense. You know who did ask for a first class seat? Valiant. Right? Different levels. And I'm not even going to give that person any more energy, but you can't talk to me, my nigga. So that's over. So, this is going to take, right? This isn't a group project. This is going to take a very small amount of people with the know-how and the finances to fix these things. We don't need everybody because everybody else just falls in line anyways. Right? Any big changes that are made on an organization or systematic changes are made by the movers and shakers, less than the 1%. Right? You can't talk to me. So again, I'm not taking any advice or even hearing out the opinions of people that don't, like, you're not in it. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? So
So
again,
when
Miami,
does
Miami enjoys a. Did you hear the cartel? Did you hear the cartel interview when he talked about he lives in Miami?
yes,
Okay. What else did he say? One of the reasons why he moved to Miami. What was the advantage that he said moving to be in Miami was? Do you remember?
geographically he could jump on airplanes and be out.
Ah, so
That's
if there's a geographical advantage for Cartel to live in Miami because he can move around, don't you think that there's a geographical advantage for artists to come from the Caribbean to go to Miami? All the stopovers stop in
Stop in
Miami.
Miami.
so here we go.
They're
Here we
not
go.
flying from the Caribbean to New York. They're stopping in Miami. So again, shut up. Good.
So how does this thing become profitable? And do they hand it over to the city of Boston and it becomes a city of Boston thing with advisors on it and the
No,
community vote for
No,
the
no.
advisor?
No, because they don't
no.
understand the business of Carnival. Carnival is a huge business and it's specific. They need to go down to Trinidad and spend a month with Tribe, right? Sit down in the offices and see what the numbers are behind it. What website are you using? What is how are you organizing your inventory? How are you dealing with the chargebacks for the girl that plays mass and then on Tuesday, because there was 2 rubies missing, calls her credit card company and says, "Yo, give me back my money." How are you dealing with that? Are they signing contracts when they come and pick up their mask? Because when I had to go to costume distribution, right? When I used to pick up my mask from Spice Mask or Tribe or whether in Trinidad, I had to sign something with my ID saying that I picked up my costume, that everything was the way it's. You know why that was? So I couldn't call my bank the next day. I paid $1,000 for this. I didn't get it. Right. So it's all the things that, like, people don't really understand. And then once you figure out systematically what they're doing, you then have to realize that it's going to be more expensive to do it here, right? Because what I'm paying for extraction team is basically a security team that takes people out the band, right? You basically have security, live wire all over the place throwing people out. The rope people, the people serving the food, the people on the truck serving the liquor. Obviously, they're not. You can work for a little bit. You can get people to work for less in the Caribbean for obvious reasons, right? So that means if I needed to do the same thing here, either I have to find a way to circumvent it so I don't have, or it's going to cost me even that. So what else does that mean? The costume here is probably going to cost more than it's going to cost you in Trinidad. Wouldn't that make sense, though? Wouldn't we expect that, though?
Absolutely.
Don't we go to other countries in Mexico and DR and Colombia to get tattoos for 1/10 of the price that we get it up here for obvious reasons? So if you're going ahead and you're trying to keep up with what they're doing in these places that everybody wants these costumes, and you're trying to do it in the exact same manner, they're not even trying to do it in the exact same manner. They want the outcome with doing less. It just doesn't work that way. Right? Like, I sat down and watched it. I've talked to my mom about carnival bands. You know why my mom can't run a carnival band in 2025 now? Because when somebody comes to her with a sob story because she's a fucking angel, she's gonna let them come with $350 instead of the $500 and pick up their costume. You can't do that. She's not gonna feel comfortable charging $800 for a costume. She said, "Oh my God, that's a lot." So she's gonna come and cut down on the price. Same thing. If you didn't know, my mom is the one who sells the food in the kitchen in Unity. Have you ever looked at the prices of the food in our kitchen comparative to other places?
No.
You get 25-cent jerk chicken anywhere?
Right?
You get what I'm saying? So, like, again, like, you have your band leaders, you have your designers and all that stuff, but then you need somebody who's in the business who's thinking not for culture, they're not thinking for artistic value, they are straight thinking for dollars and cents. Because if your carnival band isn't profitable, it won't last. And I can tell you, so many of our carnival bands, because a lot of them are family and very close elders, had been struggling and taking their own money out of their pocket for years, decades, in order to keep it going. And you know what's happening now? The children, the grandchildren, I don't have $20,000. Maybe I do. $20,000 to lose on a carnival band.
Mhm.
I'm not doing it. And I'm sure their children and grandchildren aren't doing it either. People are like, oh, they're not passing the torch. Passing the torch on a business that's losing money. If your parents passed you down a hair salon and it was losing $20,000 a month, how long before you sell it?
Right away.
Mhm.
So
Gone.
that's what happened. For our elders were amazing. They did so much, but it was up to us to take what they had, repackage it, and recreate it so that it ends up being profitable, so we can continue going on down the road.
So basically, if you have your shit together, like the NFL, right? The NFL, I mean, that rum's got me sweaty. It's getting hot in here. That Appleton, this Alfredo is crazy. So you're saying, okay, we just had Carnival. So let's say you're the mud band. You should be doing a band launching within the next. Oh shit.
Well,
Oh shit. Here we go.
can't use Mudband as an example
No,
because
I'm sorry. I'm no
yeah.
disrespect to mud band.
No.
I'm just saying I gotta be careful because niggas do be clipping me, having me looking fucked up on the web. Fuck y'all niggas.
No, this is fucking Unity Sports Band.
Okay, Unity Sports Band. You
Yep.
just did the carnival yesterday or Saturday. So basically, your band launching should be in progress Monday today. Oh shit.
On how
And for
Shit.
2026.
Outfits and things. We're trying
Oh
to spend money on that. Nigga.
Oh shit.
You know, yo, I, and honestly, thank you for that because
hold on. Hi Phoenix.
Hi,
How you doing?
good. How are y'all?
We're
Hi,
doing
y'all.
all right.
I don't know what's on my camera. I can't. I'm sorry.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
No, because we got to sort this shit out, right?
Yeah.
We have Tasha Michelle in Phoenix.
Boop, 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 boop. Tasha.
Tasha Michelle is
Wagwan, Tasha.
Tasha Michelle is a Jamaican. You're supposed to greet the Jamaican women first, and then other small islands come on the chat.
Yeah.
Whoa,
What are you
whoa.
trying? What are you trying to
Chill out.
do?
Chill out. Chill out.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying
Chill
to
out.
do?
Yeah, Phoenix, I know you got a lot to say,
Biggs though. Biggs, you know I do.
so go ahead.
All right. So the thing for me, I just have a couple things to hit on. One, um, there's so many different islands and Carnival is shown differently. I understand there's a history to
Oh
Carnival.
shit! Get to Wi-Fi.
Hold on. You got a phone case on your phone?
They don't want me to be great. They don't want me to be great. You hear me now?
Take your phone case off your phone. Your phone
If
get
you got a
hot
phone
and then you break
case,
up.
yeah. Take
Take
off
your
your
phone.
phone
Take off your
case,
phone case.
plug out the phone if it's charging. Just raw phone.
because it's gonna get hot.
Hmm.
All right, while we figure that out, Tasha Michelle, what do you have to say?
Um, I like the crowd that I saw at Carnival. I like the crowd. Um, I I felt like I wasn't outside, so I was watching from people's Snapchat and lives and stuff like that. Um, we as a community have to work on us having like costumes, but as far as the turnout, it was huge. People was participating. It looked fun. I see a lot of people saying Boston Carnival, oh, they meant nothing. So I could tell people were enjoying themselves. The police presence was there, which is a good thing. Um, and I feel like the turnout was big from what I'm seeing. I wasn't there, so I'm just seeing it from people's live and stuff. So I feel like the young kids are enjoying themselves. So the older heads just have to teach them now what's the next step, how to make their bands better as far as, costumes and stuff like that. But all the majority of the political people was outside. So, it's election time, so everybody was doing their due diligence and chipping and doing what they was doing to be able to be seen. Um, I felt like it was a very festive weekend again, whether it was Unity or Sorrel and Lime. People was outside, the boat rides. It felt like Carnival weekend. Me eat guinea and a couple of other things. Me never get to go to Carnival because I'm not in the best health, so I'm really not outside. But um, it was a good look for me. I feel like it was a good look.
I'd agree. The
Yeah,
turnout was pretty solid.
yeah, it looks like it was a good time. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know, but this is all I got to. From what I've seen is, if you're a band and you didn't want to play in Carnival because there's no money, then you got to go and get your own fucking money. I mean, that's basically it. That's it. I mean, you can.
It,
I
it,
know for a fact if I had $40,000, or let's say if I had 80,000 to throw away, I could join the Boston Carnival next year, have fucking ass and feathers everywhere, and nobody would say anything. You have to go out. You have to get your own money. You have to take it. Like, you have to take the opportunity. Like, you can't.
I feel like the people that understands more so how to apply for these grants and help these people propel, and like they gotta show these people how to do it. You have to understand that we have had this conversation before where we explained that a lot of us didn't hand down the culture to our kids the right way. So if somebody can pay $100 and able to get, if somebody can spend $100 and able to get a band and a T-shirt and go to Carnival and do what they do, people gonna be fine with that.
I just feel,
As
yeah, I just feel
opposed
like
as
people gotta.
opposed to as opposed to spending.
I'm gonna jump back.
All right. As opposed to spending a couple $100 and people still jump in and standing next to you have no costume, having the same amount of fun.
Hmm.
Um, New York Carnival is withered. Everywhere Carnival is withered. Carnival is changing so much that people are screaming Jamaica has the best carnival. So Carnival is really changing. Now, Miami has one
Hold
of the best
on.
carnival.
What did you just say?
You heard me well, boy. Don't
I
play with
didn't. I
me.
didn't hear
As a carnival is so much changing that people are screaming that Jamaica has the best carnival. So
that. Where has the
carnival
best
is
Carnival?
changing.
Where has the?
You ain't gonna make me say that again
Yeah,
because you ain't
nah,
gonna
nah.
make that boy go on his live and talk about me. Leave me alone.
Hold on one second. Hold on. 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 Hold
Oh,
on.
you
Hold
need
on
to
a
go
second.
listen to the new whites. You need to listen to the whites that Massacre make for Bro God in Jamaica for politics. You need to go listen to the new whites. You need to
Oh,
listen to the pro.
really?
Yeah, I should have sent that to you.
Oh,
I'm
you gotta
sorry, I
send that
sent
to
it to
me, baby.
you.
You gotta send that.
So Miami has one of the best carnival, but Miami doesn't have a route. Miami is in a park. It's enclosed. It is safe. So
Hmm.
maybe Boston Carnival needs to be inside of a park. Maybe it needs to be enclosed.
Maybe we need to hold it at White Stadium when they build it.
But for the meantime, even at the meantime, the people them that know how to apply for these grants, help the younger generation apply for these grants so them able to have costumes, sell at a price that people can afford. Um, the kids carnival part of it could have been better. I don't know if you saw that, Sherwin. The kids carnival,
You're
we
breaking up.
were
Get to some Wi-Fi, baby.
the kids carnival wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Um,
Can't hear you. Got to get to Wi-Fi.
Phone chipping again.
but can't hear me.
Yeah, can't hear you.
I'm on the road, so there's no Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Well, yeah, a tiny bit.
Wow. She's not wrong. I said it first, but Shakes doesn't want to share my truth. Oh my God. I'm from Jamaica. I know nothing about Carnival.
I don't know, man. If I had a band, if 2026, I say fuck it, Trickstar's gonna have a band, I'm gonna go call one of the Dominicans too. I'm gonna do what I feel like is affordable and profitable for my first band, and progress from there. You know,
I don't want to see fucking minivans on the route.
no, no, no.
But you want to know what though? Like
It's
we don't in Trinidad. We don't have. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I haven't seen it in Trinidad. We don't have little minivans, but you know what they do have. All right, so this carnival's all over Trinidad, not just the main one in Port of Spain that we talk. So in other cities or whatever, they're having carnivals too. Does that make sense? Like
Yes.
while Boston's having this carnival, Boston is, and Cambridge,
Worcester.
and
Yeah.
Worcester, so on. So in some of like the smaller areas, or for kiddies, they have almost like these push carts that they wheel around with a speaker system and stuff like that for the bands. That would be like your equivalent of, the Dominican minivan, because
Okay.
it's not profitable for you. It doesn't make any sense for you to have this huge truck for these little kids. One, they don't need music blasting on them like that, and then two, it's not as like there's not enough money in it for them to have all those things. It's not needed, right? So they found what's needed, because the thing that's most important is the mass. The reason why people leave from Germany and Tokyo and Switzerland and come to Trinidad, they're not coming for the big ass truck. They're not even coming for the music. They're coming for the mass. That is what separated us as an event all across. So the most important thing is the mass, right? In terms of, I think Tasha Michelle makes a good point with Miami and it being enclosed, whatever. This has been an argument within the carnival community for a long time. Why Miami does it. In my personal opinion, if you don't have a road, you don't have a carnival.
Jesus Christ, Sherwin.
If you don't have a road, you don't have a duvet. Why do I say that? Carnival, in simplest terms, if you break it down, carnival is a protest, right? Why are we, where our ancestors took to the road to protest. So if you're going in an enclosed area to protest, it's not what, historically it's incorrect. Now I get the reason why we do it. It's safer.
Right.
You can keep the stranglers out, right? People actually get to enjoy their masks and their costumes. So those are the pluses. I get it. I don't knock that. But at the same time, historically, culturally, it's wrong. And I joke all the time when people are so big on Miami. Oh, Miami Carnival's bigger than Boston. What carnival? They don't have a road. You don't have a carnival. Right? It's the equivalent of saying, right? Big up to Scoops, big up to Red House. It's the equivalent of saying Zouave is Juve. Zouave is not Juve. Zouave is a Juve-inspired party. SSS Blue is not Juve. It is a Juve-inspired party. Juve in Miami is not Juve. It's a Juve-inspired party.
Wow.
Carnival in Miami is not Carnival. It's Carnival-inspired party. We didn't protest inside of a stadium. We took to the road to protest. Juve means daybreak. As the day broke, we took to the road to protest. Right? So again, I understand why they do it, and I'm not even downing it. Well, maybe a little bit over it. I understand the positives, but it's, if you've ever been through the real thing, you understand how cheap of an experience it is. If you ever hit the road one time in Port of Spain, gone down Arapita Avenue, crossed the stage into Savannah, you'll understand how cheap and how cheesy an experience Miami is. In comparison to what we're doing, it sucks. Right? And you'll have so many people bigging it up. It's only because they haven't experienced whatever.
Or
you get what I'm
they
saying?
like Miami Carnival because the Boston Carnival's been in decline. But at one point, Boston Carnival was one of the top carnivals globally in the world.
Comparison is the biggest killer.
Boston has an inferiority complex.
Boston Carnival ain't supposed to be like Miami Carnival because nothing in Boston is like Miami. Boston Carnival is supposed to be like Boston Carnival.
Right. I completely agree.
We
right?
compare Boston
So instead
houses
of trying to do
with Miami houses. We don't get the vaulted ceilings and the nice driveways. Boston Carnival is Boston
we can't
Carnival
stay
and
out to
Miami
3, 4
Carnival is
o'clock in the
Miami
morning.
Carnival. Can Boston Carnival be better?
Right.
Yes, it can. How are we going to make it better?
Sure.
Teach the younger generation how to apply, how to make it work. That's it. We can't keep beating, saying it's one person, it's one thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's more than that. Can there are certain things that could be changed? Yes, we all have to agree with that. But there are certain things we won't get if certain people is not that dead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we're being honest, right? If we're being honest, you know all the hype behind Miami Carnival is the parties associated with it, not really the Carnival and the Juve. We do understand that, right?
We know this.
Right.
We know that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when people are talking, oh, I had such a great time in my 90% of the time, they're not talking about
didn't have the time
their arena carnival or their arena Juve. We're talking about SSS Blue. We're talking about all the different parties. We're talking about all the artists there. We're talking about Tipsy and all, you know what I mean? That's what we're talking about. Which is amazing in Miami because partying in nightlife in Miami is amazing. We're not going to be able to compete in the same ways. We're not going to be able to have Cooler Fest with 10,000 people in an open stadium.
Whether it's State or Broward or Miami, Florida, I think there's a whole.
Sasha was cooking. I can't hear her anymore though.
Can't hear you again, Tasha. We can't hear you.
Tasha. Can't hear you. Man.
I'm gonna set up a goddamn. I'm gonna set up a damn stream setting down here with fucking 5 microphones and 5 phones so we can get it popping.
Right? We just got to give people phones, right? All right, man. That's an hour and a half, man.
Damn, that went by quick.
I went by quick.
When you're ranting, man, shit just happens.
This is crazy. I don't know.
Did you see what I'm saying? You see how people that have no experience, they just always have the most to say, and they're just loud, loud wrong. That's why I refuse to even. That's why I talk in like third person. So that, you can't even get a conversation out of me, right? Because you don't qualify. Like my man said, you don't qualify, baby. Like you don't qualify. I get dumber by the second even listening to you.
Oh boy.
So I'm just not going to listen. You know what I mean? But
Let me ask you something.
I would just hope the people.
Let me ask you something here. Carnival, Carnival's problem isn't that it's losing money. Carnival's for people who want to throw away money. And they said Boston Carnival sucks for a lot of reasons. What do you feel about
Can we
that?
stop even reading this? Man? I'm not even. I can't get a response out of it.
I'm not gonna go into it.
You can't get a response.
Everybody.
But I would say this, right? For people who end up actually caring about Carnival, right? Like our elders, our fathers, our grandparents, our great grandparents did a lot with a little.
Right.
They did a lot for us and sacrificed a lot. Most of us have graduated high school. We got college degrees. We have big positions, places. I would just say, for all these people who are supposed to be successful right now, take $150 and give it to your niece so she can play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if you actually care, all of us ain't gonna really put on a costume, right? Go ahead and donate $100. Call the Carnival committee and say, hey, is there anybody that wants to play, or of any bands, and there's some kids that want to play that just can't afford the costume in total that I can give $100 to? Do you know how many times? And if you guys haven't passed by Miss Hope and Taste of Eden, which is closing down soon. When I was playing Big Mass in Boston Carnival, you know how many times Taste of Eden sponsored my costume for Boston Carnival?
Wow.
Right? So, in my opinion, those are the people that have a say. If you're not even willing to do that for your family member, then I one, don't respect you, and I two, don't want to hear anything you have to say, personally. Never mind the fact that you've never been to the place that birth is. Never mind that you actually really you don't know what you're talking about. Never mind the fact that you're from an island that its carnival is younger than Boston Carnival. You have people from islands whose carnival are younger than Boston Carnival trying to tell me about Carnival. Think about
What do you mean by that's crazy?
There are islands whose carnival started after Boston Carnival. So we put all of this emphasis, if you're from the Caribbean and you've experienced the Caribbean Carnival. What does that mean if your carnival is younger than New York Carnival? If it's younger than Boston Carnival? If it's younger than Toronto Carnival? That means that what you're experiencing in that island is second, third, and fourth hand too. You don't know shit either. Because your great-grandmother never played in a costume.
Right.
Your grandmother never played it. Your mother didn't play in a costume, most likely. Because it didn't exist in your island. Because this thing of ours didn't happen on every Caribbean island. So you can't talk to me unless you've been to the place. That's how I feel.
And again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody could say what they know is from their views.
You know what it's like, Bobby? Somebody who's only heard reggaeton trying to have a conversation or an argument with you about reggae music. And because they've listened to reggaeton, which has some semblance of reggae music or that kind of birthday,
Right.
all right. No, let's just say reggae music, right? Because it makes the point even worse. You know, because it came from a little bit of dancehall. Yeah. He's trying to have a conversation to you about Bob Marley and has never listened to Bob Marley and the Wailers, or reggae or dance. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's kind of like. It's actually kind of fucking disrespectful.
I got a shameless plug in here.
Yeah.
Because you said Bob Marley. Big shout out to my Uncle Lloyd, who brought Bob Marley to the Apollo in New York City. I think it was either with the Four Tops or it was with the Commodores. Bob Marley and the Commodores. No, it was Bob Marley and the Wailers and the Commodores. And yeah, my uncle brought him to New York City, and rest in peace, Uncle. I just wanted to throw that out because he mentioned Bob Marley.
Right. So, those are, again, and after this live goes down, I'll stop having the conversation. You can't get it off. But I did want to put it out there because the more I keep seeing these things, and the people who are the loudest are people who a lot of people think have credibility in this, but you don't, because your mother never put on a costume, because you're from an island where its carnival is younger than Boston Carnival. Do you hear how that sounds? Is that not crazy? It sounds nuts. So, that's my 2 cents. Ticket sales are flowing for this Friday. That's all those beep sounds. Yeah, I just think everybody should just go ahead and do their part. You know what I'm saying?
Can I throw something? Can I throw some meat to the wolves?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be possible? Because like you said, it's only going to take a leader. Would it be possible to do a carnival party once a month at Unity? You take a proportion of that, put it in a bank account, and then somebody could apply for it. It wouldn't work?
Of course. Of course.
You're willing to do that?
Of course. That's. I mean, we've done it. I mean, without. I got to be careful with my words here.
Yeah.
Without putting anyone on blast or giving out any information that my dad will lose his shit on me. There's a lot of bands that have been, not just Unity's band, because we've had our own, that would not exist without the contributions and the support of Unity Sports and Cultural Club. And for reasons of things like that. I will say, if you ever tried to rent Unity back in, you remember when like everybody's like, yo, we can't rent, they won't rent it out to anybody, and so for the longest while, in order to rent Unity, you had to be part of a non-profit organization. Why did we do that? So that those non-profit organizations could make money to do things like carnival bands, steel pan bands, all the rest of these different things. So other organizations like us, because we had a building and a lot of them did not, or a lot of them didn't have a building big enough that they could parties to fundraise for themselves, 99.9% for a long while. The reason why, if you were just a dance hall or a soca promoter looking to come in and make $1, we would not rent the building at all. Right? So I hope my mom and my dad don't get upset for saying that, me putting that out there. But it's call it is what it is. A lot of organizations, wouldn't exist, and a lot of the things that they did would not exist without us offering our space for people to go ahead and do that, right? Um, I think a lot of time when you do things like that and you don't tell people, like my parents, they did things and they didn't want to look braggadocious, so they never said anything. So people don't understand the things that we've done. But then when you don't say anything, people don't understand it. They either forget or they don't. They be like, "Oh, how come Unity doesn't donate their hall?" Like for you to ask, is Unity willing to do that? Because you clearly don't know, which is fine.
Right.
When in my head, I'm like, we've done that for decades. Unity has offered our building for band launchings. Anybody in Boston who's had a Carnival band launching for free for over 20 years. Anybody who's ever had a band launching at Unity Sports and Cultural Club has never paid for it.
So what the fuck is everybody complaining about? I'm fucking sweating my balls off here. Yo, this Alfarado is amazing. What are we talking about here, Sharon? What are we doing?
This is what I'm talking about. The people who
What
are
the fuck are we
talking,
doing?
the
What are we
people who
doing?
are talking and complaining don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I really don't like to swear, but I think this is one of the times you have to swear in order to really make the point. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. You've never achieved anything in your life. I don't understand why you think we're going to put something as important as Carnival in your hands. You're fucking insane. Absolutely not. You don't own your cell phone, you lease it. You don't have a credit card. You don't own a home. You don't own your car. You've never done anything in your life, and we're supposed to leave our most precious cultural entity to you. What are we
You
talking
gotta
about?
get. You guys got to get credit cards, man. You got to put your. You got to put your. You got to put your masquerade on Capital One. I mean, that's the only way it's gonna work.
You know what I mean? Like this is a big thing. This isn't just some
So,
little event. Imagine entrusting this to somebody whose life is that fucked up. Are you kidding me?
yeah, crazy.
It's like leaving your house to your third son who never wanted to go to school, never did his homework, dropped out, and smokes reefer all damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Get this.
Like, what do you expect the turnaround to be?
all right. So let's do
You
this.
don't get access to this. Are you kidding me? What
Let's
have
do
you done
this.
to deserve this?
Sherwin has said here that if you want to get a band, contact Sherwin, and let's try and get you. You guys are gonna have to put some money up, and you can't ask for money. You're gonna have to put some money up, and once we do that, then we can move forward. But the first thing first, you got to take care of business, and taking care of business is just everybody's got to come up with 40,000. I'm not coming up with 40,000, not for Carnival, but
Or take $50. Most of us know who Nelly V is. If you don't, find Nelly Vargas on Facebook. She just
Mm-hmm.
ran a band. Send her $50 on her Cash App and say thank you.
what did she
Because I
do?
know what
Say
it
that again.
costs.
Say that again.
She was the only, well, one of two people, but she was the main person that actually had a Carnival band with costumes. She designed them and she built them all herself by hand. She didn't outsource it anywhere. She had a truck. We different things. I won't go into what and how much, but we did. Go find her, send her a Cash App, send her an Apple Pay, pass by her, whatever. Say thank you, give her a hug, send her $50.
All right, so let's do this. Do me a favor. Let's get her let's get her Cash App.
I,
Get her
I,
cat.
I
Get her.
got it.
Yeah,
I
get
got,
her Cash App code. Send it to me, and then what we'll do is we'll like we did before, right? Trick for this. Let's yeah, let's get a QR code. Send it to me. I don't know how I can link this to her the Cash App though.
now she would have to. I sent you. I just text you her Cash App name, but you would have to get the code from her. She would have to send her Cash App code.
Yeah, so let's do that for next week, and let's start promoting her here on the stream, and we'll do it for we'll do it for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's start doing that, and because think about it, it's gonna take the smart ones to figure this out, and then, like he said, everybody else will fall in line. And I think that everybody has a valid point. Hot sauce, I love you. Sherwin, I love you. Kenya, I love you. Michelle Front, I love you. All of us, we're just all trying to make this fucking thing happen. But starting here on this stream, we're just gonna leapfrog over everyone. And if you have a band and you want to start collecting money for your band, we'll throw the QR code during the stream like we did for Pretty in Pink and this, and that's what we'll do. And because guys, in closing, what we got to understand is September 1st is when you start planning for Carnival. Like you're supposed to have if you're running a business, you're supposed to have your band set up for next season. Like you're supposed to have your band mapped out for 5 years.
Your sample costume should be made by the time Miami Carnival is over in October. Right?
So here's the thing.
You should have your
so how many so what are we talking about? So band launches to start after Miami Carnival because that is the last carnival of the season, correct?
Actual band launchings, like real band launchings, can happen probably after Trinidad, which is in February. That will give us whatever, but you should have your costumes already built. You should have your website already built. You should have your photos, your models who have modeled the samples that you had made in October from each designers. You should have all of your materials sourced, all the rest of that stuff. All that stuff should be already done before the new, right? So at the very latest, after Trinidad Carnival, there should be nothing but band launches. In my opinion, if I had a band, my band launch would be in January. My band launch. You ain't got to do it. My band launch would be in January.
That way you could get the girls out to the club, men coming out, people get fitted.
There would be multiple band launches. But my first band launch, just like they do in Trinidad, is never just one. My first band launch would be in January. Right? When you've got costumes, first of all, it's like a cult to get a costume at one of the big bands in Carnival in Trinidad. You know that, right?
Right.
You have to find, like, you can't just go on the website on Tribe and just order your costume. You have to find one of the ambassadors, and one of the ambassadors only gets X amount of costumes they can give out, and you basically have to know them, beg them, whatever, and allow you the opportunity to buy your costume in the bigger band.
That rum is kicking in. Holy shit.
Oh, check out Nelly. Nelly's here. Hey, babes.
Yeah.
Here, where's she at? She in the chat?
She's in the chat. She just put out some eyes.
Oh shit.
Oh, is this? Can we get her on the chat real quick?
If she want to come on, I think she'll come on.
Send her the link. Let's get Nelly on. I mean, what the fuck? She's Nelly. Never heard of you before. Let's get you on. What did I miss? You missed Sherwin cussing out everyone because they're not from Trinidad. That's what you missed. Would you want to come on the stream? We'd love to talk to you real quickly about how you're putting your band together. Yo, this drink right here is crazy.
I just text her the link. Hold on, let me go get my charger. My phone's about to die.
You got to charge your phone?
Yeah, but I just sent her the link.
Okay. Sure, and trust me, if you could leave, everybody would be fucking happy. Yeah, let's get Nelly on. Let's get her point of view.
Or maybe we save her
Do we
for like
save her?
later on in the week.
You want to do another stream?
Maybe, yeah.
Would you want to do another
We'll,
stream this week?
we'll see what she's saying.
Let's see what she's saying. Oh shit. Fucking Vargas don't fuck around.
Is on it?
Vargas does not
Let me go get
fuck
my
around.
let me go get my charger for my laptop. That's not bad.
Nelly,
Vargas.
Hey,
Nelly.
what's up?
howdy.
Hi,
Welcome,
Talk.
welcome.
Welcome.
thanks for having me.
No, thanks for having you. Thank you for what you're doing for the culture. I'm just talking shit in my underwear in my mother's basement. Take us through your process and how. Let's talk. Fuck Carnival. Fuck the music. Fuck all the bullshit. Let's talk the business. How are you able to do this by yourself? If you're by yourself, if you got investors, talk us through the business of Carnival. Because I think we get tied up with the trucks and the fucking doubles and all the nonsense. Let's talk the business of Carnival right now.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, funding was not a real thing for me this year. Obviously there's a lot of more so fight down than there is support and helping. So for me, when it came to funding, what I got going on, I worked 2 jobs all year, and basically that's how that went. Um, yeah,
So you
Hold on. You need to reiterate. You're saying that you funded it yourself by working 2 jobs.
absolutely.
Okay. So guys, the Carnival brand is not profitable. You had to take your money to do it because you wanted to do it.
Exactly. And to be straight with you, I did have 2 band launches this year. All of that was also included in being funded. It's not just about buying material for costumes. It's not just about having to pay for a truck. There's a lot of other things that comes into it. You have to provide food for band launches. You have to provide like decor, etiquette, things of that nature. You have to develop a stage. You have to there's a lot of moving parts within coming out with the band. And yeah, that was all funded literally that way. And then I also had a really good friend that basically also saw my vision and helped me and met me halfway as well.
can I give you some advice, Nels?
Yeah,
You should put that money in the stock market.
Here you
right.
go.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
To
What
be
are we
honest with you,
doing?
it's just the fact that I grew up doing this. I've been making masks for, I'm 27. I've been making masks for, let's say, 20 years. I remember being a kid bothering my aunt Marlene and my uncle Andy, like, hey, can I do something? Can I do something? Like, there is no summer for me without Carnival. There's no summer for me without mask making. And especially my birthday's in the
Well,
month of
can I
August.
stop you?
So
Can I stop you real
yeah.
quick? Can you explain
Mhm.
to people who those people are when you just said your aunt? Can you explain who they are?
Yeah, they're the leaders, band leaders for D Horizon Mass. That was out for what, 22 years or so?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
again, when we all right, keep going. I just want because most
So
people don't know. I think that's important for people to know.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So my summers really like literally consisted of always being there, always making masks. Like that's literally a thing for me. And then I ended up having the opportunity to work with other mass bands and DJ for other mass bands and having basically troubleshooting and taking aspects, positives and negatives of what I've seen people do and kind of use that as foundation to develop my own. Yeah.
Where are you from, Nels?
My mother's Trinidadian and my father's Haitian.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom,
So
boom.
so this year is your first year
Well, I've been doing Kitty's Carnival for now 4 years, and to kind of get my feet wet and understanding like the responsibilities of a band leader. And
Hmm.
then for a while now, I've been saying like I want to like divulge into the adult mass, and I actually took that leap this year. Yeah, so this is my first year, I would say.
And who made all the costumes? Take us
I
through. You what? You make the costumes?
I designed it. I came up with my concepts. I came up with my theme. I did it all. Yes, with the help of my friend Daisha, my aunt. Like in terms of like the production side of things, because as we got closer to deadlines, I had
Yes.
definitely like two other hands to help me. But yeah, no, that concept, the idea, all of that, the color scheme, the from choosing the fabrics to finding my vendors to finding my design, well, my like bodywear creators, all that was done by me. My bodywear from Trinidad, my material from China, my wire from New York. Like none of this came from here. There was a lot of different things that I had to do in order to get it to where it
Hmm.
is.
And when do you start this process? You
Well, last year, because I was still like in and out, because again, in order to get into this industry, you have to have leather skin. And already being a DJ, I know exactly what Boston can do to you. I was really like kind of dibbling dabbling with whether I wanted to do it or not. And I was already in too deep that I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm here. So now for 2026, I can say that I'm already far ahead than I was at this point doing 2025. I already have my theme. I already have certain vendors that I want to work with. It's just about now putting together and buckling down with what material I want to go with.
so go ahead, Trent. Go ahead.
No, she just said what I was about to ask. You know, she did it this year. Do you feel like you're prepared to go again next year? She
Oh,
just answered it.
absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing because I'm obviously I'm human. I have social media and I'm watching social media, and it's funny because there's a lot of people that's keying in these comments, but we're literally begging to be a part of this process. Like, and it's funny to me because again, like I said, in Boston, you have to have thick skin. So none of that did nothing but motivated me. So yes, hell yeah, I'm coming back even better than I was this year. Like for all the people that sat there and had so much negativity to say about me, it's like, bro, that's all literally like my mom would say to me, that's manual for your progress. Like that shit ain't doing nothing to me but motivating me to be even better. So keep going, respectfully.
Wow. Looks like you have to be half Haitian to do carnival right.
Yo.
What?
I, I don't. I'm not for that. Phoenix, can you tell Bobby to behave himself? Remember, you're Jamaican. You don't know nothing about carnival.
No, I am. I noticed that. Tasha, I know. I am. I know. I'm not even. People don't call me Jamaican. They call me English. I said, listen, both my parents are Jamaican. They happened to have sex on a boat cruise in England. I popped out there.
That's
So hold on,
That's
hold
hilarious.
it.
on. So
That's the only thing that separates me
if I
from Tasha
never for the
Michelle.
boat, if it never for the boat cruise, you would have been a
You
full
wouldn't
blooded
be.
Jamaican.
Right. Barefoot and all.
If I was you, I would have not liked this because they
Right?
deprive you. They deprive you of your roots. That's we're not with that.
Tasha, you got a question for Miss
This is what
Nels?
for me. This is what I think. Honestly, I feel like them will kill me tomorrow. I feel like a lot of the complaining that has constantly happened in our community show these people what to do. It doesn't matter who is at the head. You know what I'm saying? If the person at the head see the work that others is putting in and don't want to rock with it, but just to say because that person is there, this is the reason. No, I don't think so. I think there's so many different aspects of it. I like the crowd that I see. Do I feel like we need costume? Yeah, we need costume. It ain't carnival if we ain't got our feathers and sparkles and sprinkles, and we need that. We can everybody afford it? No. But like Sherwin said, people gotta start donating and do things. Um, the kitty carnival though was like, yeah, that need work. Like that really do need work. Yeah, that need work. But as far as the crowd that came, and when people said a bunch of mostly Haitians on the road, Haitians is the biggest in Massachusetts as island crowd. They are the larger number here, whether we like it or not. So their numbers are going to be bigger on the road because they're here more. Duh.
Right. Yeah, I
Can I
mean,
can I state an observation that I've made?
Yep.
So for the last, let's say, like 10 years ago, I'll say even 15 years ago, Juve consisted of steel pan and drums and that kind of thing. So people literally, you had a crowd that specifically went to Juve, then you had a crowd that specifically went to Carnival, then you had a crowd that did both. Now you get the Carnival experience at the Juve we provide. There's nothing but music trucks. So it's easier for you to have a music truck. Literally, there's no costume, so you're wearing whatever bodysuits or whatever you do purchase, and you're getting dirty, you're having fun. So you're getting the Carnival experience to
Before
pay
Carnival. Oh,
$1 million,
mhm.
if that makes
Okay,
sense.
so for
Oop, I
me,
don't know what just
for
happened.
me with that is, I would think we
You
want
just
to differentiate. We wouldn't. I feel like Juve shouldn't give you the carnival experience because you should be able to want to go to Carnival after Juve. Juve should be Juve and Carnival should be Carnival. Carnival should be where you go and show out your costume and
I don't know what the hell just
excitement
happened.
and dance and prance across and show your feathers and your sparklies and who have the better wine. Juve should be where we come to walk up and be dirty and be whatever color paint or mud, and I don't like that oil I be running. But it should be separate. You shouldn't get. You should want to go home and wash your ass and
Yep.
come back in your feathers.
Juve is the pregame. Juve is the pregame, and then
Right.
Carnival's the
It shouldn't
yeah.
give you the carnival experience at Juve. Juve should be Juve and Carnival should be Juve should be the warm up and Carnival should be the finisher. And then if you want to go to the cookouts and Sorrel and Lime and Unity afterwards, then because your body not tired with me over 40, so you know me I got tired after certain. But again, it should be separate. You should be able to be dirty and do all of that at Juve and then go home, wash your ass, come back and have the carnival. You shouldn't get the carnival experience at Juve. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the people that are complaining, just that's just their thing, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the stuff are valid.
True. That's a
We
fair.
as the older heads have to hand down to the younger people them what it is supposed to be. And carnival is not there if you do not have your feathers and your sparklies. It's not giving that. It's giving Juve on the road again. No, don't get me wrong. The choke them play, the band them like I was watching from everybody's thing because I haven't been outside. I noticed that y'all could see that. But the crowd was huge. And for something that's dying, I don't see it's dying. I see the old
Hmm.
way is dying and there's a new wave that's coming, but the only way for these young kids to know that this is what is needed, like Sherwin said, we have to start donating, we have to get involved more with them and let them know that this is needed, that is needed, this is how it needs to be done, because the young generation, they want to be on the road, they want to be outside. So if you're not saying like this is Juve is the pregame and then Carnival is the main course, you can't. I don't think they should get the Carnival experience at Juve. Juve should be Juve.
Hmm.
Taking away the steel bands and those things is taking away our culture. It's taking away
Yep.
our heritage. It's taking
Agreed.
away who we are as a people. Those things need to be there for our kids and grandkids to understand we came from this. The beat of the drum, the pan, this is what we move to, this is how we make we twerk and this, like it's who we are as a people. So I, it should be separate and these things should still be present. The conversation should be what we need to do to have these things, not for it to go back, but for it to be added and get better, because there's no going back. Nobody no longer go backwards.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it all depends how much rum you're drinking. But let me ask you a question,
I'm put on my
Nels.
glasses for you.
Because that's your new name, Nels.
I go by that all the time, so it's fine.
Can we put a camera on you when you're doing what you're doing, right? So if on a Monday we stream every Monday, it would be really dope for you to check in and just talk about your week of carnival preparation, what you did, what you're doing. I mean, shit, we should probably just shoot a documentary on you.
I would
Well, could you
absolutely
could
love
you
that.
could you also like could like for the people that have bands, could the people in the right place that's watching or here that the people that write grants, and I know there's a couple people around the carnival committee, somebody that I'm very close with that know how to write grants. But I honestly think that carnival has ended, and this is what I realized with the Caribbean community. When summer ends, everything ends, and it shouldn't be like that. Now that Carnival has ended, Mel's, I feel like this is where you guys need to sit down and start writing these grants and applying for these things so that you can have the early band launch and give people amount of time to come up with the $200-300 for their costume so things could be done. It shouldn't be like that last 3-4 months before the summer arrives that you guys that's just my opinion. I've never had a band or anything, but I know
No,
me, I like to
but to be
prepare in
honest with you,
advance.
Tasha, you're absolutely correct, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Last August, I already knew that this was a decision I was going to make. I'm really educated in terms of like when it comes to business and understanding that type of things. And I will be honest
Yeah.
with you, I wrote a sponsorship proposal with numbers and et cetera, and sent it to both local and larger sector businesses. I reached out to city councilors. I did all of this background work trying to get funding before I realized like I'm not gonna get it, so I need to work to get it. So it's
Hmm.
not like I did not do that to
Hold
begin
on,
with.
we
And I
had a
also
pause.
had a grants proposal as well.
And there's nothing
We had a
wrong with us
pause.
doing the ground thing.
You didn't
What we
get
us
anything
want,
back from
you,
anybody.
your band,
Sherwin,
your band can have a
you
fish fry. Your band can have a fish fry in January, one Friday, one in February. We are hustlers. It's in our
right,
DNA.
but Tasha, I'm trying to explain to you that when I was able to do these things, and I did it, I ended up losing money in the end because again, there's only but so much. Like I'm one person, so whatever platform that I could get access to, even with paying for sponsorship, social media is telling me that it's reaching out to people, and I'm also hearing that people are not getting it. So yes, Sherwin, the to be honest with you, when it comes to actual businesses that sponsored me, that's you. You actually provided something for me. No, I didn't get that. Actually, and then Sarl and Lime, KP definitely allowed me to utilize his space to be able to do anything in terms of if I needed to do distribution, if I needed to have another band launch. Besides that, no, nothing.
And it's a rhetorical
So
question because
Sherwin, can I
I've
say
been
this?
through it.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
We the people that have access to our city councilors and certain things, we have failed our young people in some sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we
I
Mel's,
mean,
I'll say that we have failed you guys because we are in room where conversations are being held where we need to speak up on the behalf of you guys, and I feel like we well and in the moment I can say it, we have failed you guys. We
Absolutely.
have. We have failed you guys.
It's crazy because I know you have a business, and I wrote a letter to you, and I just didn't send it out because then it became a thing of, oh well, like someone said to me, oh well, she's literally a part of the Jamaican community and she has a staple in the Jamaican community, but what about you bringing a band will intrigue her to want to help you? And I was just like, what does that even mean? And I just let it be because again, there's so many other aspects that goes into bringing a band.
So people like to
Well, hold on a
think
second. That
again.
was a good
Again,
thought.
this
That
is
was a good
this is
thought,
where
Nez.
I'm gonna be a Bobby Shakes in the moment. Me being Jamaican mean I don't understand soca when they're saying Jamaica has the best carnival right now.
Huh?
That's another, and that's honestly a part of the sponsorship proposal that I wrote you. It literally, well, it was either a
So this
sponsorship
is
or.
me. I don't say, oh, because it's soca, I won't help or I won't. The reason why somebody did reach out to me, but I couldn't explain to her that I was just fresh out of surgery. I'm
Mhm,
sick, I'm home. Like I couldn't say all the things I wanted to say. Cause
mhm.
when I'm going through something, I don't.
I like to get to the next side and I'm good and I'm well and then I can have these conversations. But me in the moment, pop down, mash up. I've no use to myself. The few people that know, but I'm not gonna be like, look, I can't help because I'm sick. No, I'm not gonna do that. But again, me being Jamaican have nothing to do. The people that shop at Tasha Michelle Closet for the last 12 years are not just Jamaicans.
Hmm.
Right. And then I also realized
My
that
money doesn't come from just Jamaicans. That's my Bayesian community is crazy when it comes to spending their money with me. The Trini community is crazy. Even the Asian people. Like so I'm me being dancehall is my first love because that's why but I would spend my money to go see Nicki Minaj and Beyonce before I'll spend it to see Cartel and Buju. So I don't know. People be having me twisted the wrong way, but hey.
and that's the thing. So the mission, my mission statement when it comes to my brand is that I love the Caribbean. I love my culture. I love everyone's culture. I love culture in general. So I want to be able to unify all of these cultures. I'm Trinidadian and Haitian, very much so real Trinidadian, raised Trinidadian. But I've been to Barbados multiple times this year. I actually just got a Bayesian tattoo because I love their culture and their land and how they treat people as well. So I'm not opposed to or stuck to working with just my culture or what I'm from. It's not that kind of party for me. I literally just want to show people of my generation that,
Some of them
granted,
people are where they talk, some of the people them where they talk, they island, not even they nowhere near the Caribbean Sea, but what do I know?
no, like literally. And it's like, I
Well,
want people to be able to realize, age is just a number. If you love your culture, you could do what you want for your culture. Like making mass, everybody wants to go and play mass in Miami, play mass in Trinidad, play mass here and that. When you get your costume, do you look at the details of your costume? Do you look at what's an applique, what's a trim? Like, and then onto that, it's like, okay, people are saying that the Boston market or the costumes in Boston are too expensive, or the Boston market is not something that they want to play mass in. Understand this. I in Boston am spending the exact same price as a designer in Miami for the material. It's the same material from the same vendors. So it's like, why do I have to necessarily take a pay cut? Because I have to pay tariffs, I have to pay shipping, I have to pay handling, I have to pay all these things. So I have to take a pay cut because of the fact that I'm in Boston and I'm like, do you get what I'm getting at? Like,
right,
Bobby, we had this conversation earlier, right?
right.
And it's more expensive for Nels because geographically where she is versus somebody in Miami.
exactly. I
Her
have no
costume's
material
gonna,
story from Boston.
her costume's gonna cost more for her to get feathers from where the feathers are. It's cheaper to get them in because there are feather shops in Miami.
Yep.
And she's probably gonna have to get them from those places in Miami, from Miami up here. So yes, it's cheaper to get it there. It's cheaper to get it the fabric stores. I've been on a drive to New York to the different fabric stores down Manhattan and stuff to pick up all the fabric and all the
Little do
designs.
people know.
I've done it
Literally,
already.
little do people, right.
So all
Little
the
do people
questions I'm
know.
asking Nelly, they're rhetorical questions, not for
Right.
me, for the crowd.
And it's like, little do people know, my bodywear creator, there's not much seamstress in Boston as well. So I could not find a seamstress in Boston that can actually translate my sketches and my designs into like and bring them to fruition. So I had to purchase my fabric, have it sent to Boston, and pay for that shipping and handling. Send it from Boston to Trinidad. So there's just like multiple double like the amount of shipping and handling
So
fees that I have to
can I
pay.
say something? Can I say something, you know? Have you
Yeah,
ever thought of sending of sending one thing, have it made in Trinidad, and then this is just me being a businesswoman, and
yeah.
then just send it to China, have it mass product and produced, and have it at a cheaper price and have it ready.
So I have a vendor. I have a vendor that I work with, well, that I potentially will be working with in China. But by the
Okay,
time
because
I got,
that's just how my mind works. That's how I would have did it. I
I'm
would
oh
gonna
have
no,
answer
ordered
listen,
it
her
to
like
question.
my
Trinidad.
thing is to work. My thing is to work smarter, not harder. So what I did was after I did my prototypes and all that, I already did the pricing of how much it'll cost for me to send my prototypes to China to be created. Now the thing about it is this year timing was against me. So it's not like I could have
Okay.
created it and had it sent. That's originally my plan. Hence why I'm already in the production for next year because I don't plan
Okay,
on making my
okay.
mask
Now,
here.
so and that will make it more affordable for the people that on a
Yeah,
budget, the younger
But then,
kids.
Tasha, you need to understand that with sizing, after purchasing all that, right? Because they have a minimum, let's say minimum per section 30
his
costumes, right?
man's not big enough yet to do it.
Thank you,
Her van's
Sharon.
not big enough to send it. Like I already know to
Oh,
send over to China stuff. Her van's too small. I know what the numbers are.
yeah. So
The
I'm
van is
stuck
What,
not big
making.
enough
what
for her to
happened?
send.
What happened?
Her band's not big enough for her to sit because that's what all the costume bands in Trinidad are doing anyways. They're taking their
Yep.
costume, sending it to China, and then sending it back. Some people have a problem with that. They say we should be making our own costumes because it's part of the culture. But the business part of it, they are sending it over to China. They're getting a lot of that stuff back. The feathers, the this, and that. It comes with minimums. In order for you to get that discount, there has to be a certain amount of people. And the reason why we can do bands, remember when I told you, Bobby, no band in Boston should have a big truck if they have less than 100 people in it because you can't afford it. The truck costs too much money. How many costumes are you going to have to sell in order to pay for that truck? It's not 100. It ain't
But
200.
also too, and then also take into consideration, you have to be able to provide your masqueraders with incentives to be
So,
able to
so
play with
what
you.
we're saying is that majority over the years, majority of the people that have done Boston Carnival the correct way would they were doing it off of their own pockets.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. For sure. I can tell you for sure, like Unity's band, we ate a lot of the different costs through Unity, which we love doing and whatever. I know my parents did. I know my mom did. We were doing things like flying designers up from Trinidad who, I mean, they're like family to me now. They lived with us for the entire summer. They lived
Yep.
with us. So this is my thing. Like, and people back to the costume thing when people are talking about the Boston Carnival costume. Listen, man, we've had the same designers from New York, Miami, and Trinidad make costumes for Boston and for over 20 years. Boston has an inferiority complex. Anything in Boston is not good enough. When it would be the same designers who designed the costumes in Trinidad,
Well,
the
we know we never want
same
to be
Sherwin,
there
you
for
are making
everybody
such
come
a
and
valid point because that
who
is
make
absolutely true.
costumes
Because
in New York, the
I know
same
a
designers.
designer.
They
Yep,
li-
I know
I've
a
worked
designer.
with. They lived in my house.
I have a designer that literally works in different states, right? When the costume doesn't sell in one state, you know what she does? She changes one, two things and she sells it in a different
She
state. I
sells
don't
it
have
to
that
the
kind of
next.
market. So I end up being stuck with 30 costumes that I'll never be able to use again.
Shout out to Akeisha. Shout out to Misfits. They did not have a band on the road this year. She said why. We already know why. We've already talked about it. They had beautiful costumes for years with a top designer designing their costumes.
Hmm.
People still would talk down on Boston Carnival costumes
And still play with that same designer in Miami.
in Miami,
blood clot.
right? So again, knowing that those are the problems that we have, you can't really cry about it, but we have to find a way to circumvent it, right? That's the person that's going to win. If you find a way to circumvent that, that's how you're going to end up winning. And that's where most of our bands have failed. Because it's not an easy question to solve, not an easy problem to solve. But the person who does solve it is going to hit a gold mine.
But then, and then it's like, again, there's so many compartments that go into Carnival. And as I've explained to you guys already, I do the designing, I do the graphics work, I do all of this. Now, let's talk about the bulk of the cost because the costumes is a very large part of this. But you see that truck from that bed to that generator
Janelle,
to the wood to, listen.
Janelle, give them a ballpark because you had a small truck.
Yep.
And I'm sure that Sound International did the sound.
No.
Okay. So scratch that. Because that was your family. Because I was going to say if they did the
Right.
sound,
Because
they hooked you up. I'm sure they hooked you up. All right. Scratch that. Give us a ballpark of what your small truck cost for the run. You don't even have to get it exact. Give us a ballpark.
No. This is a business show. We want exact numbers.
well,
Oh
I'm gonna
no,
be
Bob,
honest
you
with
just want to
you.
be in people's
Yeah.
pocket. Look at
Because
No,
you.
no, but I'm gonna be honest with you
She
because you
wants
want
the
no,
exact
exact.
numbers, right?
no.
But then it become a thing like this, right? Exact numbers. Let's say exact numbers, right? You want exact numbers. Well, I will be priced. Let's say I'm priced 7,000, right? Leading up to Carnival, it's like, oh shit, we need screws, we need wood, we need this, we need that. So that number will cost for your labor, your bed, your truck bed, and your generator. Now
Right.
there's also small miscellaneous costs that leads up to that. Not only that, there's labor fees. You want to be able to make sure that these your workers have food, have beverages, have all these because they're t-shirts, they're
Right.
working for you. So that ballpark number does not exist because that number is increased by another $2,000-3,000 by the time you hit Blue Lab.
So
Was it
can
over $10,000?
Absolutely.
Okay.
so
For a small truck,
For a
it's more
small truck, yes, it's between $8,000 to $10,000 if you're including the, like I said, wood, screws, t-shirts, food,
shit.
drinks.
per
Yes.
small truck, and you had 55 people in your band.
Yes.
And not all of them were costumes. Some of them were
No.
T-shirts.
T-shirts and bodysuits as well. Yep.
So again, just do the numbers. There's not a lot of profit there. There's none, right?
There's
And
But we
none.
that's
do it for
and
the
it's
love
and
of
it's
it.
not. And again, like I don't have any problem saying this because it's what Nels is experiencing, and that's when I first saw her put it out. First of all, my heart sank. I was happy and my heart sank. I,
Same.
and that's why I shared it, and I was just like, oh my god, this poor girl, right? So I'm just like, thank God someone's doing it, but then I'm just like, fuck, at the same time too. Like it was both. And when we talked, and she was talking about the stuff, I said, what do you need? Right,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what that hustle and bustle is the last 48 hours. What do you need? She's like, well, I have to get this. I said, I got it. Right, and it was just it's small, but I'm sure it took some of the weight off. It wasn't $10,000 to pay for a truck. There's nothing close to that. You know what I'm saying? But it's
What
like,
you've
all
done
right,
for me was so, I don't think you understand how much you took off of me because again, like I said, I do everything myself. So now instead of me having to take care of that was covered, I didn't have to worry about that. I could put that time into something else.
something
Let me
else.
ask you a
So
question, Nels. And
yeah.
this is a serious question. So
Mm-hmm.
you had some people in masks and you have some people in t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because you're half Trinidad and half Haitian? If you were fully Trinidad, would everybody be in feathers?
Let me tell you something. Well, I have Haitian, I have Trinidadian, right?
I'm just
Well, I just
asking.
consider is Bajan, Jamaican, and all that too.
I'm
No?
just I'm just
So
I'm
no,
just
it has nothing to do
asking.
with my culture. What it has to do with is the fact of I want to be able to provide everybody an experience to be able to have fun. Because if you don't look at the costumes that I had skinny costumes, I had girl skinny costumes, I had BBL costumes, I had curvy costumes, I had costumes to fit everybody's body like type. But there's a lot of people that have body dysmorphia, but still want to have fun. So I also provided the t-shirts and the bodysuits, and then I also gave the option of if you wanted a backpack, wear your bodysuit, go for it. Just let me know exactly how I can cater to your happiness to want to have a great world experience.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this because one Monday, you know what we should do, Sherwin? Do you have any masks hanging around?
Yeah,
Nelly.
Me? Oh, I thought you was asking him. Yeah, of course.
yeah.
So
And a
you know
lot
what
of
we
girls.
should do? Can we do on one of these Mondays coming up? We do a band launching live at Unity.
Are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about for costumes for 26
If if we
or
could,
25?
so let's
Oh.
do a band launching. We could do it at Unity. We could do it at Tasha Michelle shop. Little DJ, and let's do a little band launching to start. Let's do one. It'd be great if we could do one just to get the ball rolling and get people, because
There's
there's,
a
like
next time
Sherman
on your
said,
live
there's
model.
leaders and then there's followers. If we fucking lead, niggas will start to fall in line because listen, I love hate. Hate's great. You cannot be successful without hate and love. We want people to see Nels, hate her, hate on her, make their band bigger. Now we got Nels and we got another band, and then we just want to create like this infectious virus to build your band and your mask. I think we should use Nels as a prototype to do like let's do a little band launching
Well,
and
we
we
need
stream it
no. That's
live.
not what we need. We need to fight for
What's
the
up, Chris?
money, so 2026 Nels can have the money that we have feathers and glitter on the road.
Yeah, let's
So
do
I
that
already have
too.
my 2026 theme already. I don't know if y'all know if y'all familiar with One Gal Army.
Hmm.
Her and I, we have a really good relationship. So she also sees my vision. So she's also like one of my lead DJs for the roads for 2026. Um, like I'm already in place of
Don't give
getting
them
my
too much.
resources together for huh?
Don't give them too much. You know, the band, it got to be a little bit of a, it got to be some
Oh no,
mystery.
for sure. I'm not saying my theme or anything, but I'll let you guys know that 2026 the gears are already rolling, and if that's something that you guys are interested in doing, let's do it. I'm down for. I'm a community based person, so I'm here for it all. Any help that I can get, I take.
You live in our
So,
community and
Bobby,
not for the community. You are the problem. So I think most of us that are sitting at this table today, tonight, are community based people. People that
so
believe in
Bobby,
where we live.
here's what I'm going to bet you, right? So,
Except for Bobby
band
will listen to
launches,
whites.
band launches are parties, right?
Good night, sunshine.
Parties
Love
are a
you.
business within itself.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody can't do a
That's
party.
the rest
I
of
bet
you,
you
okay?
you have a number of people
Huh?
in your head that
Bye
talk
bye.
shit. When Nels does her band launch, her party, watch to see how many of those people pay $20 to come in.
So
And you're
let's do
absolutely
this.
right because again, and this is I want this to be made very, 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 very clear. The people that I'm watching sitting online having so much to say, especially now that carnival's over, oh, the costumes are ugly, or this was cheap, or this is that, are people that I can promise you I can pull up either A, their registration form, or B, a conversation of them willing to stick a feather to try to get a free costume, or C, riding the hype and saying, good job, Nelly, I love what you're doing, blah, 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 to then turn around and change. It's like typical Boston's behavior.
Yeah, yeah. There was a couple of years ago. I won't say the band. They did a. Are you breaking up again, Tasha? There was a band, a large historic band in Boston that threw a large band launch. Um, I believe it was at Mojitos. They had a very big soca artist there. They had very nice costumes. People did not show up to support the band launch.
You know how much money that you lose in those places at those
So they,
like that?
so not only did they not make money to help their band, they didn't. I know they didn't cover the cost for the artist and the flight and all that stuff after the band launch. So they actually lost twice. You didn't make money for your band. So this is what I'm saying. This is the same people, right? And that's when I tell you, put your money up or shut the f up. Like you can't talk to me,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Like you can't.
so
You
let's
can't
do
have
this.
no say. You have no say with me.
Let's do this. We have Nelly. Nelly's now part of the show, unfortunately. I know you. I know you didn't plan on doing it, but you're a part of the show now. And let's start to put together the Nelly stream, whatever, where you check in and yo, this is what's going on, and we try and do like a band launch. And let's build a hype because the momentum has to start now. The momentum can't start in fucking when Kess is here in July, right?
And also, I want to make this another point that clear is the fact of granted the generation before us. The only reason why I know what I know when it comes to math is because I was that nosy kid that did not take no for an answer, and I always wanted something to do within the culture. I've always been that way. But I feel like now is the point where I don't want to do what my generation did, the generation before me did, because that's the reason why our culture is in the conundrum that it is in now. I want to say
Absolutely.
I want to teach the kids the importance of what it means to gluafetta, what it means to make sure your like I want kids that are inquisitive about what carnival is, because I want to teach them what not to do and what to do. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but I would like to share the knowledge that I was given to the next generation as well, so that they're not afraid to try it. Because this year for me was really much so troubleshooting. I knew everything wouldn't be perfect, but I needed to understand. I need to set a benchmark to know what I would move forward with and what I will not.
Amazing. Uh, um, yeah. Let's try and make this happen.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Just want to shout out VOG. Want to shout out Triz. This was good. I mean, let's start to get this shit together, man. Let's start to get this together. Let's get it together. We can start here and start something. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is good. I'm glad she came on, so I don't sound crazy.
Sherwin, just between me and you, even if she came, even if we cloned Nels, had 8 of her on the show, you still sound crazy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's the thing because Sherwin knows exactly like why he's saying what he's saying. Because again, let me just say, let's ballpark. As let's estimate. Let's say between $8,000 to $10,000 for a truck, right? Let's say between 15 to $17,000 on costumes, right? You're not. What about promotion? Promotion's another fee. What about space, venue space in order to throw these things? That's another fee. Like, and then also too, there was a lot of complaining about the fact that personally my band launch was too far. My band launch was in Stoughton because I had access to a great space there. Then I moved it to Boston, and I promise you, I had more people in Stoughton than I did in Boston.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have to get back to the time where band launch was major. If you have
Yeah.
to bring one of them soca DJ from New York to make the band large exciting, and then you charge more than $20.
No,
So the
for
more you
sure,
invest in it, you're gonna charge more.
for
And
sure.
that's the thing. I didn't even charge for entry. I wanted people to just be able to get the
Yeah.
authentic band launch feel. You buy your food, you buy your snow cone, you buy your liquor, you have your fun. It's outside. It's like I wanted to be able to provide that authentic feel. But again, there we live in a place where people rather you get more exposure through negativity. So my band launch got the exposure that I wanted it to get because people were too busy saying, "Oh, there isn't enough people here." That's how I was able to get exposure. It wasn't because, "Oh wow, she's doing something for the culture."
Wow. Yo, Kern Johnson, what's up, baby? Wow. Good stuff.
Now,
Yeah, good stuff is right.
don't cash out Nels. Don't talk to me. You can't have a conversation about Carnival with me.
I'm so glad I don't have to cash app now because I'm English and with Jamaican parents. So I'm out of this whole thing.
Bobby, who told you that culture, nationality, or any of that has anything to do
Actually,
with?
some people
Can
did
you,
say we
Bobby? Can
should
you
talk.
just leave the Jamaican side of you out of this and just speak for your fish and chip side of you? Just leave Aki and Saltfish alone.
I will. I will.
Okay.
You know
Because
you're right.
Jamaica Carnival is lit, Crop Over lit, Trini lit, Lucia lit, like Spice Mass lit. Like every Caribbean country has its own like little significance towards Carnival and what they add to the whole idea of Carnival. And
Jamaica Carnival are just the nakedness. Boat neck of
isn't that
diamonds.
not what all Carnival is?
Y'all go to Jamaica for that carnival because y'all want to just be for no reason.
The
What
Wait a
amenities.
happened?
second. Wait a
What
second.
about Caravana? What about Canada Carnival?
Then there's
Carnival.
that too.
No, Carnival Carnival is run. I mean, they've gone through many committees, and it's ran by the city now. So again, like these,
That's what I was saying. Like a lot of these carnivals is ran by the place where
not
it's
a lot of
held.
them. Carnival, Caravana is, and to me, that's a huge failure, right?
Wow.
So like the same colonizers that were protesting.
Colonizers.
Yeah.
Can I say
Wait,
something?
wait a second. You can't use the word colonizer on the show because I was born in England.
Oh God.
Use a
Yeah.
different word.
You're,
Use a
you're,
different word, Sherwin.
you
Come on.
guys are king colonizers.
Colonize.
What
That
would
Well,
you
sounds.
I mean,
use? Because what?
it doesn't make sense to me. To me, if that
Because
ends
we're
up
talking
happening,
about your King Charles and his lineage.
it happens because we fail. It doesn't happen because it's a good thing. It happens because something went wrong, terribly wrong, right?
Um, let me say this, right? The carnival, like this whole politics behind the carnival committees, the carnival committee, the this, the that. I need everybody to understand something. Do not bully me because I choose to ignore y'all's bull about Shirley, Larry, John, Sean. Please keep me out of that. I don't care about winning. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the placement. They provide me with roles, and I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do with it. That's it.
Hey, me
That's
like you
all.
for that. Me like you for that. You come, listen, are you me come bout? You come to enjoy yourself. You don't care about none of the
None of
me.
it.
Me like
But I'm
that.
tired of hearing my name being brought up with this person, that person, this president, that vice president, this. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't care about none of that. Regardless of what, I'm gonna do it. regardless of who supports me or who
And
doesn't.
you come
Because
to enjoy yourself
exactly.
in
Don't
life.
let the
That's what.
vagrant get you upset, man.
Let me tell you something, Kels, about this podcast. You just made more enemies. This is the most notorious. We lose podcast co-hosts by the dozen. They come on, they get some heat, and they
Really?
jump out the
You
window.
don't lost. We didn't lose no podcast co-host. What are you talking about? Don't be like that, Bobby. I pop in and I pop in and I pop out. I wasn't coming in because I was, at my healthiest, and I'm a little aggressive, so I need my energy. I'm here.
Wow, this was good. I think this was good.
Thank you guys for having me. Honestly, it felt really good to actually
Carnival
kind of
done.
state.
Carnival done,
Hmm.
and I feel like from the crowd when we see, from the top of people truck, I mean, look, I think this year Carnival had a huge turnout.
I thought so too.
Yeah, me thinking numbers big when me I said, Judge, last year never big, so.
But do you want to know why, Tasha? It was so
Why?
big because everybody sat there and said, "Oh, nobody's going to Carnival. Yeah, Julia's about to be the biggest thing. It ain't about to be no Carnival." And everybody showed up to see how bad Carnival was and not realizing they're adding to the number to make it look good.
Okay.
People come out to see embarrassment and don't even realize that they're adding to the positive
And
side of
the
things.
facts that Carnival had that much people still, and it's not going
Ayanna
anywhere.
Presley was there. Mayor Wu was there. A lot of the people were outside. Where was Josh Graff? I didn't see him. Was he there?
Bobby
All the
Shakes and
political
Soapaholics.
people.
Hey, I'm just going through. This is the last time I was at Carnival.
Shout out to Soulcaholics. They were the first band to give me the opportunity to DJ the road. So that's always going to be family to me.
Look at them Bayesian flags. I love that. A whole different breed of people, them Bayesians.
Shout out DJ Triz on the check-in.
I
Trickstar,
mean,
are you gonna make a Jamaican and American band? Trickstar and well, we can't put Bobby. Bobby are British. And then go and bring fish and chips from a carnival, and we're not having that. It's a reminder of the colonizers, Bobby.
wow.
I don't know.
No
I
Look
fish
at
haven't
and
I
chips.
haven't I haven't really enjoyed Carnival since I moved from Blue Hill Ave. So my family's house, call it the White House, it was across the street from Franklin Field tennis court. So every Juve morning, you have the speakers outside. That's when people used to walk down Blue Hill Ave from fucking Morton Street. I don't know. It's just different now. It don't feel the same.
It has to be different. Things and times has
No, no,
changed.
no. Things,
Um,
things and times do
people
change. You know.
we're dealing with a more violent generation of people. Like things can't be free as we once had it because this generation do not value life. So you could just be outside, just one Turk, and next thing your family's planning your funeral. So things has to be
That's it.
tailored a certain way. Um, and it is what it is. Change is going to come, and there's going to be more change because one day when Michelin Ford is no longer the head, a lot of the things that she has fought for and the city has allowed us to do, when she's no longer there, there's a lot of things that's going to be taken from us. So
Thank you for saying that. Exact.
people
That is
don't
very
even
true.
know that it takes years to build certain relationship with certain people in certain places for her to be able to get certain things done. So be careful what we're asking for. That's
But
all.
people always look for somebody to blame. So that, and I understand like being the president or whatever. I'm not saying that she's the greatest person. I'm not saying that she's the worst either, because again, politics, keep me out of it. But it's basic science, bro. If you have music trucks all morning from 5 a.m. to 10:30 and you getting drunk from 5 to 10, why do I care to go to Carnival if I just had that experience? Take away the music trucks and move the bands that love music trucks and the bodywear, move them to Carnival and see if Carnival will not become back to what it was.
Is,
Yeah.
is this
Honestly.
is this Nora right here?
It looks like a. Of
Nah,
course,
that's got it.
that's
Haitian flag
juicy,
and
and that's
everything.
fucking Nora. If that's juicy, that's
Wow.
fucking
I don't
hard.
believe I always tried my best never to take a picture of her.
Wait, you try your best not to take
But
a
we don't
pic?
know if a batty that out the door.
I don't know. I mean, I mean, this is
Yes, big up fucking Kern. It was
Well,
Terrascape sound back in the day when King
I
Terror and
saw a man
Soundscape.
say on Facebook that just know your future wife is getting dagger at Juve. And I
Oh
was
wow.
like, well, I wasn't there, so not my future husband. Just know I wasn't getting that in there. But who is that? I.
yeah, that was
Kern provided the speakers.
It's a bullshitty.
that's a bushy thing. Yeah.
Hoy, hoy, hoy.
Yeah, I. So where is Phoenix? Phoenix did an amazing backpack drive, guys. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, I'm at
Yeah, we
Phoenix.
tried to
We're
get
trying
her
to get
on,
Phoenix on, but I guess
the phone
I love
technicalities.
Phoenix.
technicalities. I mean, look at that, huh? That's a lot of fucking people.
Well, mark my words, that will be me one day.
Oh no, that's gonna be you.
Yeah, put in the
Shit,
work.
might be
And
fucking next year. Might be next year.
one thing I know, black girl magic is real. Anything we want, I don't know, I think the ancestors sprinkles us differently. And when we put the work in, we get it.
Yeah.
All right.
All of this is motivation. Oh my god, it's like just making my paws raise. Like, wow, I love this stuff.
Sherwin, I'm coming to bother you for the breast cancer walk October 18. So I'm coming to bother you guys. I'm not talking about it tonight, but yeah, I want y'all
My
come
mother
walk
will have
with
to.
me.
My mother's a breast cancer survivor, so I'll do
So definitely you'll grab some of your limers to get t-shirt and come and walk with us.
I work at Dana Farber, so let me know and I can also promote it at work.
Yo, Trick, this is my future wife.
Mm-mm. I wish you, I wish you, I wish you
Wish
happiness.
you the best of
One thing
luck.
with me, anything make my friend them happy, me happy.
All right, all right, all right.
You
Let's
look
get the
good.
fuck out of here.
I hope it's not
Let me know
somebody's
how
wife
much
so
she
they don't
tried
see
to.
you and thump you in the back of your head.
All right.
You see how
Who's
quick she
signing off
got it off the
first?
fucking screen?
Sherwin, you've been on the longest. Sign off. Go ahead. The mic is yours. Say what you have to say.
Sherwin, before Sherwin sign off, Sherwin, before you sign off, let me say something.
Mm,
Can I say something to you before you sign off? I think you're doing an amazing job.
thank you.
I think you have single handedly figured out by yourself how to be consistent with your limers. I watch you went from a Friday to a Thursday night. I watched you. I watched you. I've watched you. And I see you still doing your numbers and you find a way. Mama said, Dala, I said, watch ya. And I'm watching you and keep pushing. And I think you're a Bismo winner. So I know that if they troll you, you're gonna troll back. And I know you enjoy the trolling. But your limers love you. And I think there's people like me out there that see your work ethics and want to tell you you're doing a good job. You
All
are.
right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Enough of this.
If I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with
watch.
you guys, I'll never forget literally saying to Sherwin when he was telling me kind of like he was kind of foreshadowing of what Friday Night Lime is like, what his idea
Oh
was for it.
God.
And I was like, "You really think you can pull this off?" And he was just like, "Just watch." Friday within 7 months of that conversation, because I think that was his first Friday Night Lime. Within 7 months of that conversation, Friday Night Lime became the biggest Friday night in Boston.
That's debatable. All right, let's sign off here. Go ahead, Sherwin.
Had fun from Thursday to Sunday. Capped it off with Scoops School Effect. I'm glad that that was back at the headquarters. Um, and I look forward to next year. I don't know how much I can contribute to Carnival next year. I got a lot going on with Unity, but I will contribute more than I did this year. And Friday, Jaguar the champ at Unity. We come in line. So
Thank you so much, Nels, the new member of the show. We love adopting Haitian women to our show. We
Oh my
love it.
god.
She is
We love
Trini.
it
She's Trini and Haitian. Why you
No,
just
he's
want to
not
tell
tapping
her
the
she's
Trinity part right now.
why she can't be Trini and Haitian?
because she's a little bit too
Sherman's the
dark to be
only.
Trini, right?
Well, I'm gonna tell you
Sherman's the
something.
only
My mother's
Trinity.
a Douglas, so
I don't
unfortunately.
understand why you trying to put her where you want to put her. All because your parents choose to have sex in the ocean and make you born in London.
Wow. Wow.
She's
I'm
she's
telling
like
Well,
you, I
huh?
Kels, this is a tough show. This is a tough show to be on, but we're glad you came. Go ahead, sign off.
like I tell everyone, I am pepper sauce and pickles together. Moi parle Creole, et puis I are full Trinidadian, so people can't play with me about that. I am definitely here to stay, and I hope everybody does continue to support Envy Mass. And thank you guys so much for having me.
We love you.
Love you
Uh,
more.
Wait,
who's next? Oh yeah, my girl now, hot
no,
gal
you
Tasha
gotta put.
Michelle.
Now
Hey,
you gotta put. Wait. Put Envy
um,
Mass on the screen.
I'm for the culture. Um, I think the older heads need to help the younger heads do what they need to do to make Carnival great again. Um, Complaining and we're not working towards it. We don't have to scrap something to build it back. You know, we can just water it so it could grow. That's it. And Sherwin, big up yourself. Keep pushing, keep doing you. Friday Night Lime is it.
Oh
You
my
find
god,
it.
oh yeah, we get it, we get it. Friday Night Live, Friday Night Live. Jesus fucking Christ. Since when is this show sponsored by Friday Night Lime Trick?
Trick,
Trick is
you falling
frozen.
asleep?
Since you put.
Trick, wake up.
Wait, I'm not
Oh
moving.
my
I'm
god.
not moving. Hold
This
on.
is
Yes,
why
you
we make
are.
this. This is why we make no money on this show. There he is. He's gone. This is why the stream makes no fucking money.
Bobby, you're lying. The stream make money. I just, you know, why we know how much the stream make. You're all wicked, but the stream no make no money.
Yo, I'm not live. I'm not moving.
You're good.
Yes,
You're
you
good.
are moving. We're seeing you.
Oh,
Y'all know when that man get on FCI power, it's a wrap.
yeah. All I'm saying. If you didn't make it last year, guess what?
Trick, you gotta get an authorized sign autograph from me for that wall. Why am I not on the wall behind you? I see Kimbella.
I got a nice spot for you, right? Where is it? Oh shit!
Look at this
Took
one.
me
Look at
off.
this one. Look at this one.
Yo,
Look at this.
little pretty in pink boat ride. 2020.
2026.
Is that your sign off trick? All right, Trick is having technical difficulties. I'm gonna end this thing because I'm freezing. My balls is blown. Hey, listen, we got a new song from Fats. You guys are all going out to Brooklyn this week. You gotta check the 90s and 50s block. We're gonna play a little bit of this. This is Chronic Lawn Fats 90s 50s Brooklyn. We love you.
Joe's mad, man.
King
Understand?
Joe's madman.
Good.
All faces ENT Records.
The most depressed person in the world.
Done.
Chronic law.
Me chout now joke, me killers a rock psycho, but no for your clothes. I'm here, we full up the wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my want smoke. Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code. Creative one, 201, fuck 3 rat bad song I never sold. The place that come
It's
broke
fun.
up, pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for.
All right, we're out of here, man. Thank you so much, Nels. Thank you so much, Tasha Michelle.
Yes.
Sherwin, love you. But no, for real. Let's start to do little band launches, man. Let's raise some money. We got to get the grants writing, and let's get all that shit handled.
Agreed.
Let's get it handled. All right, I'm gonna sign you guys off and play the rest of this song, so when I go to Brooklyn, I don't get a gun butt. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Good night.
Too much lyrics we can't find flow. DJ, some boy make slow. Bout up and no credit, bang bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in a your grandmother.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips, so we roll. Kingston, where me born. Brooklyn, where me grow. Place dark, where me from. Badness, where we know. Choppy line daily, every day, man, I get it go. Diamonds, them a glow. Big Benz touching road. I grade man a smoke. Mary Panity, Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle them enough. When afraid and a four. They should know.
The place dark when me grow. But pendant shine, watch diamonds glow.
All Faces ENT Records.
Bad. It was mad, man.
All Faces ENT Records.
It was mad, man. Understand? Good. Reach out now, joke, me killers a rock psycho, bunny for your clothes. I'm here, we full up your wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my wants. It was mad, man. Understand? Good.
All Faces ENT Records.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Done.
All Faces ENT Records.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Done. I'm here, we full up your wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my wants more. Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button, pull gate with code, cheer tip on 201, J-Rod, bad song I never sold. The place dark when me grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics we can't find flow. DJ, some boy make slow, but chop and no credit, bang bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in a your grandmother.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips, so we roll. Kingston, where me born. Brooklyn, where me grow. Place dark, where me from. Badness, where we know. Choppy line daily, every day, man, I get it go. Diamonds, them a glow. Big Benz touching road. I grade man a smoke. Mary Panity, Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle them enough. When afraid and a four.
The place dark when me grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds.